Truth over lies. Truth over lies.
We see through the disguise. They keep us distracted while the world's on fire. Global games ain't playing. If we don't stay focused, we'll never get our land. They talk world peace, while they loading the weapons. Same script, different villains, same global direction. US pointing fingers that is well on screen, but the real war invisible, messing with minds of the people we seen. They say pick a side, red or blue, while the money keep printing and the truth stay new. Black folks caught in the middle of a chessboard play. Entertainment distractions keep us arguing all day. They don't want unity, they want noise. They don't want leaders, they want angry boys. Scrolling, debating, beefing online, while rapper put action get better in the headline.
Truth over lies.
They selling fear on the news. If we don't see the pattern, we'll keep falling for the rules.
Truth over lies.
Same empire, new face, distracted people, never win the race. They weaponize conflict, divide the globe.
Sanction, invasion, money controls, but tell Black America to stay entertained, while generational death never got reclaimed. Reparations ain't charity, it's a debt. Stolen labor, stolen land, don't forget. They want us beefing over nonsense and clout, while the real conversation never comes out. Peace ain't possible without truth involved. You can't heal a wound you refuse to resolve, so we staying locked in, eyes wide open, no distractions, we decoding what's spoken. Focus, they want us blind, unfocused, focus. We too old to be hopeless. No more smoke screens, no more circus shows. Truth over lies. Truth over lies.
They selling fear on the news. If we don't see the pattern, we keep falling for the rules.
Truth over lies.
Same empire, new face, distracted people, never win a race.
Truth over lies.
Mr. Walker, truth over lies. World politics, black focus, no distractions. Another young life lost to street violence. Yeah, this ain't entertainment, this is intervention. If the truth hurts your feelings, it probably need to be said.
Truth over lies, we don't glorify pain. At the streets trying to break them chains. Quarters in mindset, grown men talk. Lead the YNs before they chalk line walk.
Truth over lies, we don't glorify pain. At the streets trying to break them chains. Quarters of mindset, grown man talk. Lead the YNs before they chalk line walk.
Truth over lies, this real, no cap, no cap, no crash outs, no throwaway stats, waste that. OG's back, put order in place. Say to you, left the streets, left the cage.
Yeah, I seen talent die for an Instagram stare. Wine chasing clout, no plan, no prayer. Street code outdated, nobody wins. Same block, same cycle, same pens. They selling dreams, but it's really a trap. Labels love bodies, they don't love blacks. We need leaders, not shooters with aim. Need fathers and homes, not candles and names. Quarters up weather, mind on legacy. Talk money, discipline, equity. I ain't judging, I'm correcting course. Truth hit hard, but it save you more.
Truth over lies, we don't glorify pain. If the streets trying to break them chains. Quarters at mindset, grown man talk. Lead the YNs before they chalk line walk.
Yeah, OG talk, pull a chair, sit down. Ain't no honor in a jailhouse gown. They told you drill was the way to shine, but the real killers is time and fines. They cheering when you crash out young, then forget your name when the sentence come. We ain't anti-culture, we anti-death. Anti-mama crying, anti-breath, last left. You wanna be a man, build something real. Stocks, trade, skill set, something you can feel. If the streets ain't hate, it's love with the spine. We tryna get you old now, viral online.
Truth over lies, say it loud, say it clear. Left the streets when you need you here. Quarters of vision fit your focus, kids. Break generational suffering. Truth over lies, say it loud, say it clear. Left the streets where you need you here. Quarters of vision, future focus, kings. Break generational suffering.
We don't profit off death. We don't clap for destruction. We here to build men.
Not bury boys.
Not bury boys.
Truth over lies.
Yeah. Cart before the horse productions. Gavin X Mr. Walker. Truth over lies. SBC Nation. We in here. We ain't like them, we stay on cold. Truth over lies, yeah, we exposed. From the hood, but we chose that growth. Build our people, yeah, that's the goal. Hit like, subscribe, don't scroll past. Cash App, love, super chat fast. Real talk, only no podcast. Truth over lies, and we stand on that. Came from the mud, now we cleaning it up. Same block raised us, but we changing it up. No more crashing out, we elevating the mind. Trying to break them cycles, leave that struggle behind. They promote chaos, we promoting the code. Family first, yeah, that's how it go. Every men speaking, yeah, we leading the way. Not perfect, but we building each day. Single mom stresses and playing both sides. Child support courts got a whole lot of pride. But where the structure? Where the fathers at? We ask real questions, they don't know that.
We ain't like them, we stay on course. Truth over lies, yeah, we exposed. Yeah. From the hood, but we chose that growth. Build our people, yeah, that's the goal. Hit like, subscribe, don't scroll past. Cash App, love, super chat fast. Real talk, only no podcast cap. Truth over lies, yeah, we stand on that. Reparations talk, yeah, we bring it to light. But unity first, gotta get it right. Can't build wealth if the home's not strong. Too many kids growing up all wrong. Young, wildin', bomb, Keisha fed up. Toxic love stories, yeah, we seen enough. We break it down so the truth hit clear. No sugarcoat talk when we speak in here. Stay woke, not sleep, gotta move with sense. Not every trend worth the consequence. They push distractions, we push it fast. Trying to get the culture back on track. Ooh, we just want better days. Real love, real homes, better ways. Ooh, I just speak that truth for the ones coming up after you. Truth over lies, yeah, we locked in. Single by choice, yeah, we tapped in. Couple for the horse, yeah, we building brands. SBC Nation, yeah, we taking stands. Like, comment, subscribe, don't wait. Support the show, yeah, we appreciate. Cash App, super chat, show love, truth over lies. Yeah, we rise above.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Live Monday night, Truth Over Lies, brought to you by
Car before the horse production.
We live. Welcome to
Car before the horse production.
It's Monday night, Mr. Walker. How you feeling, brother?
Yes, sir. I am feeling freaking tastic per usual. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, El Nug Nugs and Le Bonquishas. Welcome to Cart Before the Horse, Truth Over Lies, in affiliation with the Bougie Negro Podcast, and also, as all you Negroes know, in association with Ain't No Fun Once the Rabbits Got the Gun Entertainment. What's going on with you this fine Truth Over Lies Monday?
Yeah! Boom shakalaka!
Welcome in, Truth Over Lies family. Also, all the people watching over at Cart Before the Horse, hit the like button and the subscribe button as you come in.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yes, Nug Nug and Bonquisha. No matter which channel you Jive Chickens are watching on, come on, this mighty fine July 6, 2026. As you can see, Gavin X and I are very much still in the mix, reporting live to you Jive Chickens with Truth Over Lies, my baby.
Yeah! Boom shakalaka!
That part. So we back in the house, fresh off of last night's show. If y'all missed it, make sure you are subscribed to Single by Choices, as most of y'all are. And make sure you are subscribed here at Truth Over Lies. As you come into the room, I know a lot of folks ain't, so take a second, hit the subscribe button.
There you go. Don't be scared. Shout out to last night's show, Single by Choices. You know, we be keeping up with the accountability on the lighter side of things, but don't y'all be afraid to come over here where it gets a little heavy, huh? A little dim, a little dark. It's a little dark at SBC too, but make sure y'all hit the subscribe button. Join in the conversations, huh?
All that. So as y'all see tonight, the title, the thumbnail, we got some stuff to talk about. And shout out to Lee Turner. He been a member 24 months, says hit the like button.
Appreciate you, brother Lee. That part, hit the like button, Jive Chickens.
And Frederick Howard come through gifting a membership.
We appreciate you, brother Frederick, always coming through.
Yeah! Boom shakalaka!
And Sister Honeybee, been a member 10 months, says, hey fellas, let's go, locked in and ready, salute.
Salute to our sister Honeybee, rocking out in that gym. We see you, sister.
Appreciate you, sister. So like I said, y'all see the thumbnail and the title. You know, we're going to be talking about Code Red. Is the FBA community in a state of emergency? We're going to talk about it.
I believe so. State of emergency, you know, state of urgency. The time is now. Strike while the iron is hot. I think we here, huh? What do you guys say? Where our Freedom Risers Heavenly Dean at, huh? We're in red alert. FBA stand up now or never.
Man, because tonight we're going to talk about some things. We see the babies is under attack per usual, and, you know, and some more stuff going on. So we're going to talk about it all, and we're going to start at the beginning like we always do, because we can't be prisoners of the moment. A lot of folks, you know, we always remind y'all how we got here.
There you go. And we have to, and it really don't seem to work, Mr. X. We got to show y'all how we got here, because this is Accountability Corner. So we always about accountability. At the very same time, man, we had some obstacles, still got some obstacles to overcome, and folks tend to forget. Shout out to the FBA experience.
Man, so we're going to try to drop the link a couple times tonight as we going through the show, but we got some stuff to cover.
Let's talk about it, man.
And shout out to Nais. Says, greetings, brothers. Chat, looking forward to the show.
Yes, ma'am, Miss Troublemaker, ma'am.
Appreciate you, Nice. All right, so here we are. Like I said, we're gonna start in the beginning. We're going back, I think, to the 60s. It's always this was a prevalent time in history. Civil rights, it was a lot going on. All right, this is when, white supremacy took a major blow in the 60s, even though it still stood strong and, continues today. But a lot of their practices were coming to light due to television and just, modern times becoming more modern. More folks were seeing the stuff.
The horrors they were committing couldn't remain covered up and hidden more freaking less. One of the gifts of social media. Yeah, we can all see this. This ain't got to pass via word of mouth like that march they had in Washington with those, what they call nationalists something. Like, if we ain't got social media to this extent, a lot of folks may not know about it, but the whole world knows now.
So here we are.
The Negro can prove to the white man that he can live like the white man, then we will accept him.
And the only thing that scares me is the neighborhood all getting bad. And if we ever wanted to sell, naturally your house depreciation is the color get in.
If they move in, the next step we have to accept is intermarriage.
Yeah, look at him. He said, if they move in, then I got to worry about him hunching our ladies. Then we got to compete with them. We can't compete. But nonetheless, they talking, this is a community response to a black family moving in 1963. As we know, even to this day, a lot of neighborhoods are still segregated, but back then you could imagine, this is before the Civil Rights Bill was passed. So they like, we don't want no ninjas in the neighborhood.
What does that mean? Can they live like us? Can they live like us white folks? I need to know. I need a little PowerPoint to know exactly what that means. I can sit here and stereotype, huh? Make potato salad with raisins, huh? Listen to rhythmless music. I don't know. Like, what does it mean? There is some heavy intimidation here. Why is this caliber of Viking man intimidated by his brothers? And we at the bottom of the socioeconomic ladder.
We can be sociable with them in work. We can get along with them and joke with them.
Sure.
But when we leave our job and we're on our way home, we want them to go in their direction and we can go in ours.
Homes in this Philadelphia suburb sell for $10,000 to $11,000, and the people of Fallcroft call them their dream houses. Until recently, it was all white. Then Horace Baker, his wife, and
understand something, just the context of it all. Obviously, we ain't never speaking in absolutes. Shout out to all the white folks that watch our channel and support. We rock with y'all. But the facts remain. This was in the 60s. So this was, just for context, for people, me and Mr. Walker age, people around 40 or so. These are our grandparents. All right. And their children are our mothers and fathers who, you see what I'm saying? So who raised them? So it's like our mom and dad being raised by these people. Who you think teaching us? What are they teaching us? Only what they've been taught by these people who were taught by the folks before them. And we ain't that far removed is why I'm trying to connect these dots. It's like these people are, their kids are still alive and they still practice this stuff. And we're going to talk about it tonight.
And they going to honor mama and pap. They're going to honor all of their ways. Just how we honor some ignorance in our families, in our cultures. Yeah, Papa was a Rolling Stones. So you're going to do the same daggone thing, go down the same diabolical path. Right on, Mr. X. For all the folks out there that don't see color and don't know nothing about racism, your grandmama did.
homes in this Philadelphia suburb sell for $10,000 to $11,000, and the people of Fallcroft call them their dream houses. Until recently, it was all white. Then Horace Baker, his wife, and little girl moved in.
Okay.
I mean, two things is true. I don't know, what made these people, granted, I mean, it's such a double-edged sword. I don't know why you would want to live here during these times. So there's that. Like, granted, people are looking for better, and even to this day, we're trying to build our own communities. Let's get that understood. But ain't no way about to move somewhere where the damn police and the sheriff's got to escort me into the house, and I got angry mobs outside. But this was the temperature. Somebody had to break the ground, I guess, so ninjas can live in these gated communities today. So I guess they had to go through it.
I believe in this particular case.
I was gonna say this is before civil rights, just for context. So this civil rights was 1965 when they signed the bill. So during this time, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X were still alive.
A lot of feathers still being ruffled, but I do believe in this particular situation, he could have wanted to move into this place here due to maybe a job opportunity. But I think the primary reason would be so that his child or children can get into the better school districts. You see what I'm saying? So this was the sacrifice some folks had to take, moving into these predominantly white or all white neighborhoods, because the curriculum at the school was going to all but guarantee them get some, into one of these Ivy League schools or something like that. Other than that, like you said, I don't know why you want to go. Ain't no peace. This is a sacrifice. Like, only reason I'm sacrificing is for my family or kids, not for no status.
And I'm glad you said that. So I'm trying to find a video here. All right. Because we had a video of, so I'll let you go for another second. I'm see if I can pull it up.
But yeah, shout out to my father-in-law, very educated man, brilliant if you ask me. And his daughter, my wife, whenever they moved to PA, they moved into one of the nicer neighborhoods. And my wife let me know some of the obstacles she faced being up there with these children of attorneys and doctors and stuff. You know what I mean? And this my generation. We 40. So they still our generation experience as well, especially when you're trying to move into these neighborhoods where it's nicer, it's safer, and your children have a better opportunity at higher education. Other than that, ain't no way. Ain't no way. They trying to walk to the house, get called the N-word, getting emasculated. Burden of a man. You just got to stay out of situations where you're getting disrespected. Seriously.
That's it. So I had a video of a young girl that was, I want to say she was one of the first people integrated into these white schools, and just to show a glimpse of what it looked like. So, like you said, sounds good, but then there's also visuals.
Yes, it sounds good as far as the achievement, but no achievement is going to go without pain. As humans, we only respect really one thing. You think about it in relationships. How do you build, a loyalty and these things in a relationship? We got to go through some things, not good things. We got to go through some tough things. But yeah, the integration of the babies into them schools, I can't imagine that. Like, I don't know. My thoughts, it's pretty easy to take verbal abuse as a man, but as a kid, no.
Man, so I'm gonna let this go. Okay. Is that a brother or what?
No, that's one
okay,
of the people brethren.
One antagonist.
Yeah. That's all. They like you can't be doing all that, Billy Bob. Wait now. They can see your face. Wait till we go back to headquarters, get your fancy hood on, your sheet where they can't make you out, and you could be the coward that you are. But they can see your face, Billy Bob. It don't look good. All right.
And this goes back to what I was saying. So this is a time right where television was being broadcast globally and some of this stuff. So America was trying to clean this image up, if you will. Like, oh, y'all can see us now. All right. Like you said, go put your hood on at least. Be discreet.
They did not want other nations and countries to know how we were treated. We are the only ones that don't know who we are and just how bad we were treated. Like, and that's a rabbit hole as far as the welfare system, all that. They just lulled us back to sleep. And we are playing a part in it. But again, that was all a part of Willie Lynch, Reverend Cole Conk, and all that other indoctrination.
It's like a nightmare because you were only trying to move into a home in which you'd purchased, and that you weren't trying in any way to interfere with anyone else's life or their property.
They could have moved in 6 o'clock in the morning. They just got in there without anybody seeing them. But they waited till 5 o'clock at night. Early in the morning, they could have just snuck in there. Why didn't they do that?
Well, they're pushing too hard. They're pushing the white people too hard. And something's got to be done.
The newly appointed block captains of Delmar Village meet. Their purpose? To keep the people of the village informed and freeze out the bakers. No white in Fallcroft has spoken out in defense of the bakers.
We always fight when our backs are against the wall.
I work with colored people. They're wonderful. I think they're great. I mean, the people working for me, but I can't see them living on my doorstep because they have proved nothing to me.
Hell! I can't see them on my doorstep. So that's the grandparents. These are the children that are still alive, that are the fathers to kids we went to school with. You know, it's just that simple. People you went to college with, Mr. Walker, these are their fathers right here. These kids you see on the screen, all right, are still alive today. And then the older people are their grandfathers. And then we grew up with their children. I mean, that's just the generation broke down that simple.
There you go. Listen here. I don't know why. It's my crack baby brain. I'm always trying to analyze things, trying to analyze the hate. Why are these Viking colonizing men so worried about black families, particularly black men moving close to them or in their neighborhood? Because let's get something understood. If it was a wave of black women, them white men would not have a problem with that. There ain't nothing there. There ain't no competition. They ain't got to worry about nobody hunching on their wife when they go to work. I blame the white woman for all of this. Is a misunderstanding. She stayed giving the brothers googly eyes. Now your colonizer husband all intimidated. He don't want him nowhere nearby. I understand it, but yeah, it's insecurity. Come on now.
Mm-hmm.
Money, 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 money.
And shout out to Devil's Games with the 10 ball. Says that was the only way back then black folks were able to get better outcomes. It was not easy for those people. They face crazy amounts of racism, discrimination, way more than any people face today.
Listen, I can only imagine, Devil Game. Salute to you, brother. I can acknowledge that they had no peace. Things, the madness and the profanities didn't stop once night fell. It only got more intense. Salute to these folks that did break these barriers. You know, were the trailblazers.
Man. And he come back. Appreciate you, brother. My hats are off to those folks that paved the way.
Amen.
Man.
Yeah! Boom,
There we go.
I think they're getting paid to move in.
Any color that moves into this area, I'm sure, is only coming in here for one reason. That's to bust the neighborhood down, discourage the white person, stop the whites from moving into the area, and hope that it'll be converted to a Negro integrated development.
There you go. They are mad. They had no problem living alongside ninjas on the plantation when they had 100% control over you and you was 3/5 a human and they can work you for free. But now that you work at the same job as them and live next door to them and eat the same food they eat and enjoy the same luxuries now, or a little bit of them, it's a problem. No, we used to having y'all in servitude. If you ain't serving and down extremely bad, no, we got no use for you.
It's jealousy, man. Hatred doesn't come out of thin air. just how we can acknowledge that what is it? Anger is a secondary emotion. So with something like jealousy, like it's sadness there. I get it. They can't live side by side. They actually ain't eating the same food, mistakes. That's part of the problem. And again, that Viking woman can't keep her mouth shut. She's like, oh, what's that? What's that delicious aroma? Because they're over there barbecuing and smoking neck bones and things. So now Billy Bob keeps getting more insecure the more his wife keep talking in his ear. It's like, oh, you see the neighbors? You see Mr. Johnson over there? Yeah, he's robust.
Not what your country can do for you, but ask what you can do for your country. What have the Negro race done for their country since 1960?
I know, but we've done.
Hell, we built this entire damn country. You gonna say, ask the Negro what they have done for the country. Built it for free? Oh, we ain't doing it for free no more. It's an issue. I get it. That's what it's rooted in. Like, oh, ask them when the last time they worked for free. They ain't even working for free no more.
You know what? Even in this case, nothing is free. It was at no cost to them. Yeah, but somebody paid a heavy price. We built the foundation of Wall Street, of this whole economy, with our blood and bone. Zero freaking exaggeration. The United States, in all of its 250 years, got rich off of no cost labor to them. There is no other economy that was built that way, purely off of indenture servitude. And then they continue to exploit this. It's amazing, but nevertheless, go off, white man.
A lot.
We have done an awful lot.
Generations of white Americans were raised with a story that made us feel like heroes. We learned about abolitionists, not about the banks that provided insurance on enslaved people. We learned about the civil rights movement, but not about the white mobs who terrorized black families for trying to move into a better neighborhood. Systemic racism didn't just hurt black people, although they were the ones that took most of it, but it also misinformed white people, and that pisses me off. It trained us to see unfairness and injustice as progress. That's why when black folks talk about redlining, medical racism, or why certain laws hit their communities so much harder, many white people are just confused, or worse, and probably more commonly, they're defensive. It's not just ignorance, it's conditioning. The system made sure we didn't see the whole picture, because once we did, we might start asking too many questions. White people need to hear the truth from people who live it, but that takes a toll on black people. They've had to survive what we've only begun to learn.
There you go. It takes a toll on them because most of their current state. Ain't no way you're going to sit here and tell these folks, they owned land and they were masters of slaves, and now they are flipping burgers at McDonald's. Like, white folks can't reconcile with that. Like, I used to own ninjas and now I'm below ninjas. They don't want to reconcile with some of this stuff.
There you go. Some of them just fell on the wrong side of their clan ancestors' plan. I understand why some of Billy Bob and them don't have any sympathy or empathy for us. I get it. Because like you said, they driving around in a 25-year-old car too with no AC. So they like, I ain't trying to hear it. I ain't trying to hear it. I'm going through the same thing. Not really, Billy Bob. Like Mr. X said, don't get caught in the moment. See what I'm saying? A lot of our arguments is we wouldn't be in this situation if we was given a half of a fair shot. Not even the whole of a fair, just half of a fair shot, because we was given nothing.
That part. And the part of it all is I see some of y'all in the chat talk about, a lot of people work for free. A lot of them folks came here on their own free will. We were forced into this stuff, and it was, chattel slavery. So that's to the point where your kids, you just own to them like an animal. Nobody else went through that. So even if, a lot of people say, Irish people were, no, a lot of those folks were indentured servants. They had a time period, maybe 10 years or whatever the case, but their kids were not subjected to it or none of that. Even when you go over to the, people over there with the little mustache man, ain't trying to hear it. That lasted all but 4 or 5 years. Granted, but no, ain't nothing like this.
There is no debate. I don't know what it is. I'm going to call it jealousy and envy. There is just a certain amount of hatred that comes with this brown flesh. It just is. The darker you are, the more, the colonizers tend to hate you. I don't know what it is. I want somebody to say something. Salute to this sister, this woman, for speaking some truth that ain't exactly uplifting her and her folks. Huh? Yeah, this is that white shame. And she like, I ain't trying to hear it. Salute to her. We need more. I want to hear somebody tell the truth about race. Say, hey, why do you hate us for what? And don't tell me all because you're ghetto.
About, and it's not fair to put that burden on them. That's why I study, listen, and talk to other white folks. It's not about guilt, and it's not about blame. It's about repair. Black people already know this history. White people need to know it too, because it's our history. It's our history too. Silence keeps the system working in the way that is unjust. Don't be afraid. You should be mad about what was kept from you on purpose. Now you have the opportunity to learn about it and start organizing your life differently. I am not an expert, but I love learning. You can put my username into your search engine. Scroll down if you want to help me out. You guys are the greatest. Get curious.
Yeah, cut the check. Cut the damn check. That's all they can do right now. Like you say, until they do that, even start taking steps towards it, we ain't trying to hear nothing, YT people talking about. Y'all can't even begin to try to correct us. Like the dude said, they need to, if they can act like us, like Mr. Walker said, can you show us an image, give more context? We need more.
And listen, let's say fair. They don't want us around them unless we can act like them. I don't want to act like nobody else. I agree to your damn terms, so I don't want to be around you. I've been said this. I don't have no hatred towards nobody. I don't give a dang enough to have some daggone hatred. Nevertheless, just observing reality, life, and folks when they really speak in their mind, we probably should remain respectfully and unviolently segregated. I've been stressing this. You got to pay a toll to come into black land. You got to pay a toll to come into white land. You can come in, you get a daggone a pass, a visa for however long. Yep, make a whole economy out of it. Or you can stay on your side and nobody got a problem. You want some good food, good barbecue? You got to come to the black side. You want to do hokey pokey and lion dancing and barns? Gotta go see Billy Bob.
Money. And shout out to Project Leroy. Come through, gifting the channel 5 memberships.
Shout out to a day one since day one. Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah! And he also became a member himself.
Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you, Project Leroy. And Frederick Howard says, Benjamin Banneker knew the borders of DC Capitol and map with a map. Look him up.
Okay.
Without a map, you mean?
Benjamin Banneker. I'm familiar with the name, but okay. Knew the borders.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna look into it, especially if you drop it. Know you got the knowledge, brother. Mm-hmm. And shout out to Sister Rachel. He says, Mr. Walker, I told you months ago, black people were traded on Wall Street as mortgage backed securities. That's why slaves wanted their slaves back. You were correct.
Yes, man. When I said that, I thought about you saying that. You are correct. This is an emotion when black folks say we built this land brick by brick. We literally did, blood and bone. No exaggeration.
I mean, we are what made it a superpower. So, you know what I mean? America was all new and they just emerged very quickly. All right. I mean, they come up out the dust and all of a sudden they're a superpower and the wealthiest country because of all the free labor. They got a head start. So all this money they was making, they ain't have to pay nobody to go pick the cotton and the sugar and, you know, build all this stuff and railroads and you name it. And here we are, 1940s, 50s, after World War II roll around, or even during it, before it, they was already propped up in the 30s, even during the Great Depression, all that stuff. Yeah, America emerged as a superpower because of our labor.
You know what? I believe we was the first AI. Black folks we was the first AI, the first self-regulating resource. And we just could do it all. They didn't have to teach us how to plant. They didn't have to teach us how to. We just already knew, and they just exploited it. There you go. Once again, salute to our ancestors.
Man.
Yeah! Boom, shakalaka!
And shout out to Petty Sama. Come through gifting the channel 10 memberships.
Coming through like he always do with them 10 memberships on Truth Over Lies Day. We appreciate you, Petty Sama.
Come on, just bring it. I need you to stand up while y'all not moving. Come on. Don't make me push. Don't make me push. Thank you, sir. There go money. She touching you. Where they get that money? Where they get that money? I can see money from a long way.
Elder Gregory Kelly,
that's right. Come on.
$100.
Everybody get something in your hand. Come on and put it right here.
Elder Petty Sama, 10 memberships.
Yeah! Boom, shakalaka!
Appreciate you, brother. So here we go. We're going to keep it moving. We are talking about the title of the show, you know, Code Red is FBA community in a state of emergency. In the net of it, leave us the hell alone. That's going to be the theme of tonight's show.
Sounds good to me. Shout out to the comedian Godfrey. He got a whole little segment, Leave Black Folks Alone. It's funny, but not really, because they can't. We're too interesting to them. Just look at the little things. You out, especially if you got your natural hair, whether you got your afro or locks, they just be staring and they be wanting to touch. They literally like y'all don't think about that. You ain't never went out public wanted to just touch on a stranger. They will see you and start reaching for you. It's amazing.
So here we go. Speaking of that, we still back in time. Rest in peace to Brother Malcolm. Like Mr. Walker said, they always so curious and interested.
Curious.
What is your real name?
Malcolm X.
Is that your legal name?
As far as I'm concerned, it's my legal name.
Have you been to court to establish the
I didn't have to go to court to be called Murphy or Jones or Smith. Excuse me for answering you this way.
That's
if
all right.
a Chinese person were to say his name was Patrick Murphy, you would look at him like he's insane, because Murphy is an Irish name, a European name, or the name that has a Caucasian or white background. And a yellow person, Chinese is a yellow man, and he has nothing to do or no connection whatsoever with the name Murphy. And if it doesn't look proper for a person who is yellow or Chinese to be walking around named Murphy or Jones or Johnson or Bunch or Power, I think it would be just as improper for a black person or the so-called Negro in this country, as we're taught by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, to walk around with these names. And therefore he teaches us that during slavery, the same slave master who owned us put his last name on us to denote that we were his property. So that when you see a Negro today who's named Johnson, if you go back in his history, you'll find that he was once his grandfather, or one of his forefathers was owned by a white man who was named Johnson. His name is Bunch. His grandfather was owned by a white man that was named Bunch.
I get the point. But what is your name? He just told you. Like, say, shout out to him. Hence, Gavin X. You know, I believe deeply in that. You know, rest in peace to Brother Malcolm. I heard that message many years ago and it resonated with me. Not just that, you know, I start doing my own family tree and, you know, seeing some stuff that just didn't align. And here we are, though. Nonetheless, on this soil, obviously, we got to have a first and last. But if we got our own choice, You know, I'd rather just be X.
I agree, brother. Shout out to Mr. X. I remember he told me that. I had a very similar thought. There's this scene in the movie Hustle and Flow. My favorite scene in the whole movie is deep to me. They're in church, Terrence Howard's in church with his crying self, and they're up there, and this sister is singing in this opera tone, a song. She's saying she told Jesus it would be all right if he changed her name. Out of shame, out of content. I feel that, man. I remember first time seeing it, I got emotional. I felt that. Like I felt the same way. What is this Walker? What the F is this? I remember snapping, going off in front of my wife, and salute to her with her soothing ways. She said, that's your name now. She said, that's your name. It carries weight with it. Keep it. Trent, make it to what you want to be. So thanks to my wife, I was on that trade heavy, just like Mr. X, but she kicked me off. But salute to Malcolm X. Shout out to Gavin X. I love when I love it. And I think it's necessary that we desperately reach for our true identity, not some whitewashed reality that was forced upon us. This is the power of knowledge of self. Salute to Malcolm.
There we go.
Yeah! Boom, shakalaka!
And Rachel says, Gavin X, you're right. Ruby Bridges was the 6-year-old that went to the white school and faced serious racism. She's still alive. Yeah, so I had a video. I'm see if I could pull it up. I think the audio a little low, but yeah.
Ruby. We all seen at least the still image of Ruby walking up them steps with the police in front and behind her. They weren't police. They was like freaking Secret Service. To get Ruby going into that school, correct me if I'm wrong, folks, I know y'all will, that had to be sanctioned by like the freaking federal government. That wasn't local police. That was like the FBI. CIA had to walk her into school to make sure a little girl, oh my goodness, I get so triggered, to make sure a little black girl wasn't mobbed and deleted by a mob of white adults. It's just the sickest level of wickedness. It's crazy.
You think your parents knew that we would be talking about this all these decades later?
Oh, no. No way.
Wearing her best white dress and ribbons, she walked into William Frantz Elementary, becoming the first black child to integrate an all-white school in the South.
There was a knock at the door, and there were 4 very tall white men standing there. And they had these yellow bands on their arms. I remember them saying that we're U.S. Marshals. We've been sent by the President of the United States, that we're here to escort you and your daughter to school today. I remember them screaming and chanting 2, 4, 6, 8. We don't want to integrate. And I didn't have a clue what the word integrate meant.
Racist crowds waved Confederate flags.
They were screaming and shouting and throwing things. There were police officers everywhere. And I remember them saying, Miss Bridges, we want you to walk straight ahead and don't look back.
So, yeah. So this is Ruby Bridges. Shout out to Rachel. This was the first black girl to integrate that's what they say. So we'll go with that, and here we are. She was 6 years old. She's still alive to this day. And that's what I'm trying to say. Folks can act like this stuff was so long ago and, y'all got the same opportunities as us. Y'all are tripping. These folks are still alive. The people in Congress and all this stuff, they are older than her.
This is one of the motivations that kept me and keeps me on the straight and narrow. The sacrifice, that our ancestors, those that came before us, had to pay. There ain't a parent in this chat. There is not a parent that will view this video that could imagine sending your daughter into this madness where the chance of violence and your baby getting hurt is possible. And it's only not probable because of U.S. Marshals are escorting her. And only still don't make you feel good. But salute to these parents that really, they were stuck. So that's where my empathy and sympathy comes from as far as our culture, because I gotta say they were stuck. What else could they do?
That part. And shout out to Ryan Page with the 20 ball. That's even on America's 250B day, Black folks weren't mentioned enough for our contributions to the country.
Well, brother Ryan Page, that would feed into that white guilt. Yeah, these folks can't keep hearing that. No, hey, absolutely not. Hear over the loudspeaker all the contributions we done made. They'll start to feel bad, Ryan.
And there we go. And we're going to talk about some of that later on tonight. So make sure y'all stick around. We got a lot more in store. But shout out to Rachel. I wanted to bring this up real quick. And we're going to get back over to Brother Malcolm.
Appreciate you, Rachel.
Man who was named Johnson. His name is Bunch. His grandfather was owned by a
I
white
get
man
the point.
that was named.
Well, now, while you don't care to discuss your former name or the name that the slave master gave to your antecedents, it is a matter of record that Muhammad.
Hair! He's sitting here trying to buck break him on the camera. This is going back to like roots like Kunta, Toby. What's your name, boy? What name did we give you? It's like, no, this is them more the control. Like, what do you mean you got your own name and you going bucking the system?
100%. And it's deep. Howard, the true battle is not of flesh and blood. It resides in the spiritual realm. They tell us not to honor our ancestors, our God-given ancestors, those relatives of ours that came before us. But white man does it religiously. Look at all of these, Catholic churches and schools. They dedicate whole lawns and statues to their folks. They honor them. There's a blessing in honor your ancestors, and they make us, I'm trying not to yell, they make us honor their ancestors. That's what this is. He like, say that name. Say it. Cassius Clay. Say it. Well, no, that's Muhammad. Yeah, him too. Say that name. Continue on that legacy. Absolutely. That's why I was thinking about changing my name. I'm getting re-triggered all over again. I don't know what the Walkers did to my family. I don't know what they did. I'm pretty sure it wasn't nice.
It is a matter of record that Muhammad's last name was Poole, Elijah Poole.
No, that's the name that his slave master gave to his grandfather or great-grandfather, but that's not his name.
Well, his mother and father thought when they called him Elijah Poole that was his name.
They didn't know any better.
Well, if they didn't know any better or not, they thought that was his name.
Yes, sir. But, sir,
what I'm trying to find out is when did he cease to be Elijah Poole and get to be Elijah Muhammad?
In 1931, I think it was, in Detroit, he was taught the true history of our people and made aware at that time that he was wearing an English name, and by not being an Englishman, he looked out of place. And his teacher gave him the name that he's wearing today, Muhammad, Elijah Muhammad.
There you go. So, like you say, he didn't know any better. We all come to an understanding, obviously. And he said, you look out of place. That's an Englishman's name. And you clearly ain't Englishman. So, but nonetheless, like I said, we so far down in history right now, I wouldn't recommend everybody just try to, down that hill, if you will. But it's been in my spirit a long time, long before I came to YouTube. So there's that.
Well, just keep track of it. I still love that crazy train. I believe it to be 100% true that these Walkers and Johnsons and Smiths, that was a plantation name. And once they owned our great relatives, they put that name on them. Part of they, now you part of my flock. And we just carried on. Even, those of us that know a lot of us were already here. Want no Walkers, no Johnsons, no Smiths. That's that colonizer man up in there. They don't know how to do nothing but get drunk. That's it. So yeah, I like the movement. Just keep track so that we can have a chance at tracing our lineage and maintain some of our roots.
There we go. So there's that. But like I said, it's definitely a deeply rooted conversation. Rest in peace to Brother Malcolm. This brother here, What was your daddy's name? If you ain't, ask his brother a million questions. I don't acknowledge it. Why are you trying to make me acknowledge something that, I mean, back in these days, white folks wanted nothing more but to keep us on the plantation. Like I said, the television roll around, they want nothing more to make you strange fruit and be able to go home and eat dinner after it. But once the eyeballs start seeing it, they had to be much more covert and tone it down. So this is what it looks like.
They want you to keep saying it. We tend to be the only ones that don't understand just how deeply spiritual it is carrying on the name. Not knowing, not having any foundational spiritual family roots. White man does. That's why he was up here, as Mr. X said, trying to bug break him. Say that name. Yeah, continue on the legacy of those that oppressed you.
So here we go. So we're going to go from brother Malcolm X over to brother Farrakhan. All right, this is when he was over on the Donahue show. So fair use. We're going to try to get through this.
Talk to him.
I was raised to be white, black. I was raised to be equal to anyone. Listening to you, you are so prejudiced. I just can't believe it. I am shocked. You're scaring me.
I think we hear violence.
I'm so scared to go around the world next year because I was never a prejudiced person until I'm listening to you. It's really scary hearing what you're saying. I'm very scared.
White people fearing, what will the black folks do and stuff? We should be running down the street screaming, ramping, and raving, because when you look at the statistics, who is the one dying? From the policemen, from the KKK, from the skinheads. What is he saying that you have a problem with? And why is it when a black man stands up to speak for his people and other people stand up to speak for their people, there's no problem with it? But you're saying he said black, he said Jew. When people talk, they talk like that. But why is it when a black man stands up to speak for his people, you feel so threatened, everybody's paranoid? And you talk about it's not segregation. We live in Harlem, we live in Watts, we live in Bedford-Stuyvesant. That's a form of segregation. We walk through Bensonhurst, we get killed. So what are you talking about?
So here we go. All right. As you can see, the YT folks upset when people start talking pro-black, or you just start saying you support your people and you want to live with and they be like, that's, sounds like hatred, this and that. It's like, do you not know your forefathers? Like, for y'all, that's what I'm trying to say. It's just laughable when they open their damn mouths.
Truth over lies has been a heck of a ride so far, an eye-opener. We've had so many folks in the comments butt hurt once we start bringing these heavier conversations to the forefront. A lot of America don't like a ninja that's aware of his existence. They don't like you. No. And that's why I love being a mind F. I can fit in with everybody. But if I'm somewhere out, I could be the only black person there. It's happened many times. And you want to have these risque conversations? I'm coming with the smizoke, respectfully. But I'm not going to sit here and whitewash a damn thing. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. They don't like that. No, don't bring up injustices. Well, yeah, pull yourself up by your bootstraps and give it the old college try. Shut up. Y'all was evil back in the day. Strange fruit. Back in the day, white folks would go to church, but the only thing on their mind is stringing up some strange black person until they were deceased. And then they had their kids watch. That's what y'all used to do. They don't like those conversations. But it's true. It's history.
So here we go. Hit the like button.
We get killed. So what are you talking about?
The young lady said she's afraid of violence. And isn't it sad that we who have been the victims of so much violence, now whites fear violence from us? We do not have a history of killing white people. White people have a history of killing us. See? And what you fear, may I say this, sir? What you fear, and it's a deep guilt thing that white folks suffer. You are afraid that if we ever come to power, we will do to you and your fathers what you and your people have done to us. And I think You are judging us by the state of your own mind, and that is not necessarily the mind of black people.
That's it. Shout out to Farrakhan. Man, the good minister. They are simply saying, white folks is running this through their mind. They said, hell, if I was you, I'd know what I would do, but you ain't us and we ain't you. We got a damn soul. We got melanin, baby. You can never be us. There lies the problem. So they can't even have this thought process that we don't give a damn about y'all. Just cut the check. They like, no, because if I was you, I know what I would do. That's because y'all are inherently evil. It's unfortunate.
Y'all did this. We didn't make y'all do this. We didn't make y'all make America great off of no-cost labor on the back of our ancestors. They don't like, this is what they don't like. Farrakhan ain't said nothing crazy. He ain't said nothing extreme. He ain't been emotional. It is what it is. Y'all have a history of violence. Shout out to the daggone Crusades. Do y'all not realize at one point the colonizer was going from village to village, land to land, decapitating and deleting folks and raping folks in the name of their Lord? Convert or be tormented. Convert or be tortured. It is what it is. Shout out to American history.
So here we are. Like I said, we always got to take y'all back in time before we go forward. So that was just us setting the stage before we get into the real show and people be like, oh, yeah, just, do this and do that. Oh, y'all got it easy. Other people. No, we always got to show y'all, even for the people that come in late, you're going to have to go to the beginning of the show so you ain't a prisoner of the moment.
It don't work that way. This whole segment, they had their eyes closed. Eyes closed, ears plugged. It's too heavy. They want to wait to current day so they don't have to acknowledge the history.
So here we are. So we going to fast forward a little bit. Shout out to our freedom fighting sister, Ebony Dean. Says, I approve this whole message.
I know you do, sister. Shout out to Sister Ebony.
Appreciate you, sister. We ain't done. We got a lot to talk about tonight. So here we go. Put your seatbelts on.
Oh, man.
So we're going to start here. We're going to modern times. And the title of the show, we talking about Leave Us Alone. So we're going to start off, slowly, just showing y'all, when black folks is minding their business or trying to do the right thing, leave us alone.
Ain't gonna happen. They can't do it. Sounds good.
So here we go.
I'm not breaking no law. Hey, I got this. Hey, don't interrupt what I got going on. I'm cleaning the community. This is where I'm from. I clean the community.
You have a problem with us moving this?
Yeah, I do. Go about your business. Y'all got fucking 4-5 officers in the sergeant.
No, we're gonna move this.
No, you're not.
Yes, we are.
You know what? Go ahead.
That's what we're gonna do.
Go ahead and move it. Go ahead and move it.
Okay.
I'm not doing nothing wrong. Don't get behind me.
Detain. You grab his arm.
I'm not resisting. Detain. I'm not resisting. This is crazy. Because he come touching my shit. Now I'm out here cleaning up.
This doesn't belong to you.
What doesn't belong to me?
This is city property.
Bro, I'm cleaning up. Are you crazy? I'm cleaning. Did you see the difference before? Are you stupid?
Hell. So this black man is, cleaning up the alleyway, trying to clean up the neighborhood, and they come and arrested him. Told him, get the hell out the way. You blocking the road or whatever. Why you cleaning? Why do you care? You going to jail.
This is weird. Don't have a lot of context. Short clip. Never the freaking less. My understanding is law enforcement is there to serve the people and protect rich folks' property. I don't see nothing in fear of being damaged. Unless black folks touch the stuff damages or bring down his value. I don't know. He bringing down the value of the garbage cans? What the heck? I don't see why a man being physically apprehended and arrested was needed. I didn't see the offense.
Yeah. So he said cleaning up, and they say get out the way. I mean, it's unfortunate. So that's just a small sample of just leave folks alone, and it's about to snowball from here.
And that was a brother there. The cop instigating is a brother. What's y'all got to fix yourselves?
Huh.
Like that's That really triggers me. The colonizer gonna be him. He gonna do what he do. The brother, you got a soul. You gotta look yourself in the mirror. Come on now.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say, man, you put that badge on, hell, it take over your body like Spider-Man or Venom, if you will. So, yeah.
I think you're right.
But nonetheless, here we go.
How's it feel to be racist?
You guys are not. No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
No, you guys aren't here. You guys are not here.
You got a Karen.
No, you're not. No, no, he doesn't. No, you don't. We didn't even mess with you. I'm being threatened by a guy with a weapon. I'm being threatened by a guy with a weapon.
Look how lame you are.
I need help now. I need help now.
Back up, bro.
Get the out of here, you
You're the
guys.
one.
Get the out of here. Get the out of here.
Stop harassing us.
I'm not harassing you. Get the out of here. You guys aren't supposed to be here.
You're being racist in your profile.
Get the out of here.
Stop being racist. Bro.
I'm not being racist. You want to see the kids that I swam with today?
Stop talking to her. Stop talking to her.
Get out of here. I'm being
I mean, here we go. So they get caught with this woman. They all in the woods walking. And I guess one of the brothers got his firearm and you can see it, you know, it's holstered. And she start questioning him. You walking through the woods. All right, a group of people, some of them white, some of them black, apparently. But she like, no, I'm calling the police. He got a weapon. What you doing? It's innocent white folks walking through here.
You see how she called the law and said, come help. They got a weapon. I'm being harassed. Only thing she didn't say was they were black. That would have really been the boo-boo icing on the doo-doo cake. But she knows that a white woman calling the law on black folks pretty much is a deletion sentence. That's what, hey, yep, damsel in distress. I'm in danger. I'm intimidated. Then she approaches them with her chest out because they start mocking her. Y'all really got to leave us alone. We ain't did nothing to y'all. What is it? What goes on with y'all visions when y'all see black folks minding their business, probably fishing or look for salamanders? Ain't bother nobody.
This is wicked. And then she say, hey, you should see the kids I swam with today. She was swimming with black kids. That means she's not racist. She could not be racist and share a swimming pool with black children. All right, this probably a woman that work at one of these little YMCA programs in the hood, one of these government-funded programs in the hood, and it be run by these white women like this that be scissor me timber white women. And they get these grants and they come into the hood and start these little programs all over the country. And they trying to help little black kids.
I think this is what that dude meant by live like us. We different. We tend to be live. I ain't gonna say loud, lively, exuberant. You know what I mean? We have character. And I believe Karen walking through, she's like, what are they doing? They're all lively and what is it violent? Because probably to them, they could think we've been violent because I don't know why. Like I said, we're lively and they just got to call the law. No, I'm not making an excuse for them. I'm just trying to understand the stupidity.
Get the out of here.
Stop being racist. Bro.
I'm not being racist. You want to see the kids that I swam with today?
Stop talking to her. Stop talking to her.
Get out of here. I'm being threatened by a man with a weapon.
Yes, ma'am. We're finna leave.
Yeah, you better.
Yeah, you hear her? Get away from us. Get away from us.
Huh. Hell. It don't matter, though. So the 911 operator, she like, oh, I'm scared. They got weapons. The 911 operator said, well, get away from them. Why are you antagonizing them? How can you be an antagonist and be a victim at the same time? Impossible. But they told George Zimmerman the same thing. They told George Zimmerman, stop following that boy. Leave him the hell alone. The police is coming. Leave him alone. Clearly, these white folks will deputize themselves. They will get a badge out of thin air and put it on, and now they the cops.
Do y'all know that black folks, we don't know what that feels like. We can't imagine, we can't fathom what that feels like to walk around and you like, you know what? I'm going to deputize myself this evening. I'm going to enforce my law and my will on a group of folks, because I feel like it, because I can. It's something to do. Huh? Just like the woman that wrongfully accused Emmett Till of whistling and approaching and threatening her. Y'all do it because they like the violence. They got a bloodlust, if you ask me. That's what I've been searching for, a bloodlust. Y'all gonna get it however you can. Crusades, being a Karen, however you can get it.
We're finna leave.
Yeah, you better.
Yeah, you hear her? Get away from us. Get away from us, please.
And you guys get out of here.
We was never near you. You walked
No,
up to
but
us.
you guys aren't here illegally. Get
Yes,
the
we
f-
are.
out.
My brother, how would I get in here? It's a gated community. My brother just let
You
me
don't
in.
even know where your brother lives.
I don't know what happened.
Come on, Snake. Come on, Snake. It don't
So
matter,
get
bro.
the f- out of here and stop threatening me.
I'm not threatening you. I didn't
Yes, you
threaten you.
are.
What did I
Yes,
say?
you are.
What did I say to you?
Yes, you are.
I said, hi, how are you doing?
You have a weapon.
Which is illegal in America.
There you go. That's another thing. Stop speaking to people. Hell, that's my motto. I'd have kept it moving. So they know. You see how you saying hi, how you doing? And she looked at you and you got a firearm, maybe up under your shirt or whatever. And instantly she feels threatened to call the cops on you because you said, how you doing?
I used to be one of those guys, ladies and gentlemen. You live and you learn. You get tired of that. All my folks out there that practice, carrying their toolie, concealed carry is the best way. Ain't no need. That's actually the best strategic advantage as well. You want them to think that you're helpless. That's to your advantage. But I used to be that guy walking around with my toolie showing. And I think one of the things that stopped me, I just got tired of the attention. I was at the grocery store, I think with my mom at the time. And I reached up to grab something off a shelf and it got exposed. And this old white guy walked up to me and he said, "Oh, are you a cop?" I said, "No." And he said, "Oh." And I was sitting there and I acknowledge when people are bold. That's bold. And I just look at them. I just stare into their soul. I don't say nothing. Yeah, I just look at them. Because that was bold. Why are you approaching me? You don't know me.
Wicked work. And shout out Rachel. In 2013, Zimmerman filed a $100 million defamation and conspiracy lawsuit against Trayvon Martin's parents and lost the case.
Yes, he did. Salute to him. Not really.
So here we go. We ain't done on this segment of Leave Us the Hell Alone. Here we are.
Leave us alone.
So we got a racist Ken and Karen. All right. Once again, deputize himself. This man is doing something fishy. I don't know what he's doing. But this white man felt compelled to walk up with his badge. It's invisible, but it's there. You can't see it unless you're white. Only they can see the badges. All right. But he let you know, you better go down another 5 miles. Now that was bold. Y'all bold as hell to just walk up on folks saying stuff like call the cops at best, but this is wild.
Here we go. I'm going to break this down from my point of view. All right. I believe that's why it really pays as a man to be to some degree physically imposing. So you don't feel so agitated by this. If I'm in a situation, he come, "Hey, why don't you go down 5 miles?" And what I've learned of here, it's pretty difficult to insult him. He don't care. He don't. If anything, I seen a comedian say this, start calling them the N-word with a hard ER. Yeah, just give it right back. Supposedly they don't like it either, and they'll get all frazzled. But you can't really insult them. You see, he can sit here and trigger you, but you can go upside his head. You can go upside Ken's head. He gonna sue you, call the cops, and get a desired outcome. You can't shame him. Shoot, he'll let you hunch his lady. They'd be cuckolds. See what I'm saying? So you got to know what you're working up against. But like Miss X say, be in a position to be able to ignore them or just call them the N-word with the hard ER.
Man, I mean, he walked up on this dude.
Got permission?
Yeah,
Written permission from Trey Taylor.
Trey Taylor?
Crew tractor.
Crew tractor. Listen, back in that time, we thought that was a joke. I think that was like the tip of the iceberg was stuff You know, we like, hold on, the Trey Taylor true. You know, it had its moments, but yeah.
They can't stand to see us minding our business. They don't like seeing us fishing. That Trey Taylor crew tractor, them brothers was fishing. Here, his brother saying, I think he's fishing. They don't like seeing us getting back in tune with nature. They don't want to see us really get a hold of our power. I get it, Ken. I see what you're doing.
State.
Yeah.
This.
Yeah.
State.
It ain't.
It's the road, dude. This ain't no state property. This is private property.
Classic.
Niggers are gonna be.
You've been tagging me in this video and sending me this video because it occurred here in the district that I'm running for in Martin County in Jensen Beach, Florida. I can confirm that yes, he is a retired fire captain, but he does not work for Martin County Fire Rescue or any fire department here in this district. As far as I know, speaking to some of my sources and some of the people that I know that work in this area, it is disappointing being that I am a firefighter and he is a retired fire captain. We try to hold ourselves to the highest standards, and when someone like this, you know, expresses himself in this way, it looks negatively on all of us. So I do want to apologize on behalf of firefighters everywhere. If anybody knows who this guy is, please, you know, feel free to reach out so we can kind of try to see what's going on here.
Yeah. So folks are trying to figure out, well, they figured out who he was. Now they're trying to figure out who his wife was. I'm sure the internet probably done did it by now. This was like a couple days ago or whatever. But yeah, he was a retired fire captain. So he's an honorary SOB. And once again, he might think he a cop, but you ain't. You're a retired fire captain. Go sit your ass down on that beach and catch a tan.
Once again, insecurity and jealousy, if you ask me. This brother down there being a brother in all his glory, and Karen and Becky probably was looking down in admiration, and Ken had to get up and do something about it. He can't sit there and say, stop looking at him. I'm gonna go. He gotta go impose his authority. Can't, you know what I mean? Can't out suave him, can't out charisma the brother. I'm gonna go show him who's boss. That'll make my lady think better of me. I see y'all. I can see y'all for who y'all are now.
Man.
Yeah! Boom, shakalaka!
And shout out to Kratos. He says the dog was like, let's go, Mom. You're embarrassing us.
These poor animals. They ain't got no say-so in this.
Yeah. Y'all seen last night, even Mucho with her dog. These poor dogs, synthetic with the cat. The animals are suffering the most, I think, and they can't even speak to us.
Mucho the dog, synthetic the cat, Jay Prince and the sheep. It's just all bad.
And Kratos come back with the 5-ball. Our business is their business in their minds. Hit the like button. Call. He says, great show tonight. Much needed.
Appreciate you, Kratos. I get it. We need to stop telling them to stop paying attention to us. We're too interesting. We are the culture. It is what it is.
And there we go. And speaking of that, we ain't done. Leave us alone.
Right! Let's get to the point of what it is. It's all about racism. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. How the fuck am I making them uncomfortable other than the fact that you don't want me sitting right here because I'm a black woman? Let's call it for what it is.
No, it's not because you're black.
And then they always want to holler, oh, I got black people in my family. I got black people. No.
It's first come, first serve. We came here and grabbed these tables.
Once again, when I came here, I seen 3 people. Okay, 3 people. It's not finna take up 3 tables, as you can see.
We don't have
3 tables.
Here.
She said 15 people are on their way. Okay, you mean to tell me I can come in this place, okay, and set my stuff on each table, and then tell whoever comes up here that it's people coming, move. I reserve these tables.
Fuck is you talking about?
There you go. So in this case, I'm gonna have to agree with Bonquisha. Look at Becky. It's cool when they do it. It's a problem when I do it. If this was a black woman sitting there, that officer wouldn't even be talking to that white woman. He or that security guy, he would be escorting her off the property if she didn't follow orders. But like he said, this white woman sitting here It's obviously an open park, community park, swimming pool, whatever, public. And she said, first, the white woman even said, first come, first serve. But she like, I've reserved these tables. My friends on their way. That ain't how it works. Like say, if that was Bonquisha sitting here, I mean, she would get stomped out.
Yes, she would. And we wouldn't agree with Bonquisha either. Come on now, you gonna walk to this public pool and reserve five picnic table setups? It's a lot of seating. Like, that's bold of you. Like, it's easy to just sit there, and folks tend to go to their own. But you maybe even the second one, but I don't know. Show some, have a car seat, baby seat, make it look like something, but abso-freaking-lutely not. Shout out to the sister for standing up. My only critique with us, please, we got to remain calm. They use our feelings and emotions against us. When we get all in uproar, blah, 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 you may be right, but our emotions will cause us not to get the right outcome. Know that you are right, rest in that, and speak clearly.
There you go. And like you say, stop trying to play the race card so much on for black folks, and white folks, stop trying to deflect from the race card. Y'all got to figure out a better way to prove that y'all are not racist, besides saying that you went swimming with black folks earlier today, or you got you hunch black people or whatever. That ain't good enough, respectfully.
Yeah, I need to feel it in your soul. Racism is ugly. It's diabolical. Say something like, I would rather perish than be racist. I like that. Yeah, put some blood on it.
Hey, you mean to tell me I can come in this place, okay, and set my stuff on each table, and then tell whoever comes up here that it's people coming, move, I reserve these tables. Then I go in there to find out that she didn't reserve anything because they didn't even reserve for a party. So I'm supposed to move?
Well, ma'am, the group of people that you're talking about, they came in and they put their stuff on the table.
He's seen us all walk in. He let one open the door.
Then they went to the pool. Reasonably, somebody doesn't want to come back to their table to see somebody else sitting at that table. It just makes them...
So how many group of people you saw coming in here?
I saw their group coming in.
How many though?
I couldn't tell you for sure.
Okay, so how many you have here right now?
I have 8 here right now.
Baby, 8 is not enough to sit on this table?
Doesn't matter if there's 2 people or 3 people. 2, 4, 6 or 3, 3, 3, 2. It doesn't
this
matter.
This is so awkward, and you're awkward.
It does matter.
Hell!
Like I said, we ain't about to start the double standards today. If Bonquisha tried to pull this off, it wouldn't fly. Like she said, 8, maybe 8 people can't fit, or they can't look like 2 per side. So 8 people per table. And she said, nah, it's 2 over here, it's 3 over there, it's 3. It don't matter how we split it up. We claim stake, and we claimed it. So, I don't know how this works. It's a public area, so I don't know how they go enforce this.
Listen here, ignorance has no color. Y'all see that sleeve tattoo? She ignorant, she ghetto. Yeah, same thing. We got a white Bonquisha here trying to negotiate with terrorists. It all makes sense. Yeah, let's keep that in mind. Ignorance has no color. But I tell you what, as far as this, finding seating, especially at the pool, I learned my lesson last time we took our families to that pool. We're going to get a daggone pavilion next time. Because, oh my gosh, absolutely not. Anybody sit here fighting for seats, and we got families, kids, man. See, that's why it's important, because you got to be able to put stuff down, wagons and stuff. I ain't fighting this fight with a family. Absolutely did it. A little bit miserable.
2 people or 3 people. 2, 4, 6 or 3, 3, 3, 2. It doesn't
this
matter.
Is so awkward, and you're awkward too. Hold on, I'm gonna give me somebody else since your family owns it. I ain't trying to hear nothing you talking about. That's so weird to me. Nobody's over there. She's telling me to move. She don't own this place.
I'm not about to argue. I'm trying to have a good time. I'm not disrespectful. You're here to enjoy yourself.
Yeah, this is ridiculous. Like you say, I think everybody needs better conflict resolution. I mean, everything can't boil down to it's just racism. Folks just need to learn to get the hell alone. Like, I think they are both wrong in this instance. Bonquisha, you all, angry and excited, and then Becky sitting here being all territorial, like she owned the place and not willing to compromise with this black woman for many reasons, I would imagine. And here we are. But like you said, this is the integrated world we are in, and we still can't figure this out, 80 years later?
You hit the nail on the head, Mr. X. Proper conflict resolution. I'm big on that as well. My favorite new saying. And again, remaining calm and being knowledgeable. I do believe that's how you have proper conflict resolution. Quick story. One point, my sister, she took her car to a garage to get fixed, and they were trying to charge her like $3,000 worth of repairs that she did not authorize. I know she didn't, because she ain't allowed to get no work done without contacting me first. So I knew she didn't. So I had to go there to this dealership. I'm a third party. My car ain't here. I had to go in there, explain to them calmly over the course of 45 minutes and back them into a corner of logic. And they wiped the $3,000 bill clean because we were right. If I would have went in there with my big black self and was like, no, this some bull jive, blah, 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 I would have got tased in my eyeballs and sent to the Who's Scout, and they probably would have kept her car. But I went in calm, even though they had rebuttals and, we got it on voicemail. I said, play the voicemail. We was right. So you remain calm and be knowledgeable, and there's no need to get your feelings involved.
And there we go. So, like you say, tonight, we talking about leave us the hell alone. And this is about to really start heating up. All right, we slow walking it. Code red is the FBA community in a state of emergency. Now, this one here is a little wonky. Right now, we're going to try to protect the babies on this one.
Okay.
Oh my God! The mud shark!
Mud shark alert!
You made a mistake.
Where are you at,
You made a mistake. Mud shark! Mud shark! You created a monkey.
Hair!
Yeah. So this is Becky. Becky's out with her biracial kid. All right. And this white man run up calling the baby mud sharks and telling her you procreated with, whatever words. Here we are. So these folks harass this biracial child and her mother.
So our sisters, y'all need more men around. This punk mother sucker here ain't walking up with Gavin X Mr. Walker, Don Jeter, Project Leroy, Team Peterson, 3 a.m. He ain't walking up with this freaking energy. He ain't. Cowardice. Think about this. This is a grown man. That's a child. What grown man sits here and looks to inflict pain and dismay in a child? A devilish coward. Shout to Farrakhan. Devilish in your ways.
Absolutely. Pure evil. And a lot of these folks be, under a substance, even, a neo little mustache folks. Like, people try to hold him up as something great, but no. Like I said, do y'all history in Googles. He was nothing more but a bipolar drug addict. That's it. That had power and had a little reign for 3 or 4 years. That was it. It wasn't that long of a time in history. Like I said, he was a bipolar drug addict, and these people are the same. They identify with him. They probably are exactly like him. You muted. You muted.
That's it. They love the hate. What folks love hate? Warmongers. Can the good white folks see why we acknowledge a lot of y'all, the bad ones, as warmongers? What adult man who probably has children himself would look to want to cause any kind of harm to another child but a devilish warmonger coward?
Shut up! You threw away 50,000 years of genetics to make that.
Well, bitch, you never
You
did
dated a monkey. That's bestiality.
You didn't do
Bestiality.
My God.
And it's not. And as we know, scientifically, white folks are closely related to monkeys than we are. You know, we are 100% human to where they are like, you know, 90 something percent. Is you can go argue with the scientists on that one. So no, just know y'all facts when they get to talk ignorant like this.
Being knowledgeable and remaining calm. And it's easy to remain calm when you're knowledgeable. You can't hit me talking about bestiality. Yeah, absolutely not. Like Miss X just said, I know the science that your folks have acknowledged. Get out my face trying to project. Go home with your little Winky and eat your TV dinners and watch Matlock.
Bestiality.
Fucking degree from UT.
Yeah, and then you threw all your genetics away. Niggers have taken white America down to stupid ghetto talk like the way you're speaking now.
You don't
You're
even
speaking
understand
Ebonics, you
what you're
dumb
speaking
white
for.
fake nigger. This isn't Halloween.
You dumb ass
Stop
fucking
acting like a
fake.
fucking.
And look,
Hair.
the cops are standing right there. They say this man has a freedom of speech. All right, he allowed to say what he wants. Even though, I mean, I'm guessing that hard ER got to be protected under hate speech. That's why we need our own hate bill. Shout out to Ebony Dean.
Yeah! Boom, shakalaka!
To hell with some generic bill they created. We need something that is specific to us. We've been on this damn soil too long not to have a damn bill, but the Asians got one, the LGBT, everybody got something, but we ain't protected. This is amazing.
It's not amazing anymore. They hate us. The hate is real. They can't take away this wicked, sick hoodoo word that inflicts so much pain. They won't get rid of that. They will not fully protect it in the form of a hate bill. Absolutely not. As you see, that's his go-to. What could this coward say? That's all he got. And the reason why it hurt so much because how we were mutilated, deleted, and tortured when they were using that word. It wasn't just a word. There were diabolical, life-ending actions that went along with it. It is pure evil. Slightly similar to what the small hats went through with little mustache man, as Mr. X said. It was heinous. It needs to be protected just how they got protection. But again, they hate us. Why would they protect what they hate?
Nigger. Disgusting. You're a racist.
No. You haven't even been there.
Shut up, nigger lover. Shut up, you fucking nigger lover. Go fucking throw away.
That's what the fuck you should do.
You threw away your
Take all
room.
these
You threw away your room.
motherfuckers.
Yeah, you had sex with a nigger, you retard. You fuck mom.
Yeah. That's another thing. Be careful when we plant our seeds. If you're going to plant your seed, obviously this can just be nug, and there's nothing we can do about that, unfortunately, in this moment. But yeah, protect your seed and be there for them. I don't even know what this woman is doing at this march or in the vicinity of these ninjas. Just a lot of questions, but here we are.
There you go. Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. Why even be here? Giving them the attention they desperately want. They're only here for attention. If nobody paid attention to them, they will go away. It's just like the saying, like a dog can't chase you if you don't run. If you don't go, they will sit there and be wasting their time, and they eventually would stop. And it is displays like this, how we had these conversations, white folks wanting their kids to stay with their race, black folks wanting their children to stay with their race. This is a big reason why as black folks want us to stay within our race, because look at what hate this mixed child can go through. Like, I get it. I've said it before on camera. My heart goes out to some of the mixed folks because, and sometimes they ain't accepted by either side. They just in freaking limbo. Hate that for y'all.
So here we go. And like I said, we talking about leave us alone. And we're going to take a second and put this ninja deep in the pit.
Deep, never to return.
Madness.
Fuck is you talking about?
This is Sparta!
You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to hide. You gotta count your blessings. You're sitting at the table. You hear me? Ooh, child, things will get brighter.
Yeah, I take pride in saying I done been in situations dealing with hateful folks. And I'm proud to say I made it out without being incarcerated or seriously hurt. And anybody, I don't think, just got to remain calm, know who you are, and understand what they're trying to do. I'm big on understanding my opponent. That was the only reason why I was really good in football. I knew exactly what the hell my opponent was going to do. Same thing here. Understand why your opponent, why your ops, why this hateful person is saying these things. Know what outcome they want. Don't give it to them. They want attention. I ain't giving it to you. I'm going to hit you where it hurts by remaining cool and collected.
That's all we can do. Like you said, I told y'all my story last time I got into it. And the biggest part of it is I was hanging in the bar at 3:00 in the morning. So there's that. It was many, many moons ago, 15 years, however long ago. But yeah, places you shouldn't be as young folks out partying and, getting into it with white folks and things going left. And yeah, so that was part of it, staying out the bar. So
that's it. That's a part of our girl. Shout out to me and Miss X. She used to be drinking buddies, going to work, going to drink. At some point, man, you have enough conversations and I don't know, you just move on. Thank God for growth and the ability to move on without losing our freedom or life.
That's it. But some folks really don't have that liberty nowadays. Some people are out just minding their business or whatever the case. Here we go.
Oh boy.
Okay, you need to settle down, okay?
All right, I've asked you for your driver's license, insurance, and registration several times. You run 80 miles an hour coming up Highway 15. You run this stop sign light right down here.
I was scared. You're not in a police car.
That is a police vehicle.
You're not in a uniform. How do I know that? There's so much going on out here. How do I know that?
Don't holler at me.
You are yelling at me.
Here, do me a favor.
Just back up.
You're in my town now. You're going to back up when I tell you to back up. Do you understand me?
Don't start.
Back up. You need to chill out. You need to chill out. Just go over there. I'll talk to you.
Don't you tell me what to do.
Hell.
This is wild as hell.
This is wild.
This man is drunk, visibly. And, he got some kind of badge on that he bought off Amazon or Temu. He's sitting there in a damn Ford, like a 2002 Silverado with a police light attached to the top of it. And he tried to pull this woman over, and she kept going. She said, I don't know who the hell you is, and I don't blame her. Y'all be careful out there. Y'all seen the one video where there's people standing on the side of roads, dark roads, white boys dressed up in high-vis vests, and they act like they doing whatever, and they jump out on the road and try to stop you. Keep going. Do whatever you got to do. Don't stop, and none of that. Like the one dude, he got it on his dash cam. It was wild. Like somebody tried to come out and flash him, and they was going to set him up, get him out the car, and do God knows what. He was on some back road, or whatever the case. It was nighttime. And like she says, too much going on. You can't just say I'm a cop. You got on the damn Walmart t-shirt, an Amazon badge, and a 25-year-old truck with an Amazon light attached to the top. And you are saying you are authority. You telling the cops you authority.
Listen here. If I'm seeing this car behind me, I see that light, that blue light. That ain't no cop light. That's a goddamn going volunteer firefighter light. You are not official emergency personnel. Get out my face, mother sucker. You. This is pure misery. This a grown man. You ain't got nothing better to do. You ain't got nothing better to do. You don't want to get home to your family, your grandkids, your dogs, your ferrets. You don't have something else to live for other than being other folks' business, causing drama. Well, okay, enjoy. It's got to be misery. Like, what folks go out there looking for drama like this? And he want problems with anybody. With that poor sister in the car, with this cop, he like, oh, don't you tell me what to do. Look, that's Little Meat syndrome. Little Meat, man.
There you go. So yeah, be careful. Obviously here, like I said, fake cops. And like I was just hitting on people with the high vis. I don't know if the guy was acting like he was a flagger, like a construction crew flagger, trying to get you to stop. And to hell with that, y'all need to see. You ain't see no signs and stuff. Be aware, especially at nighttime. I mean, people flagging in pitch darkness. Ain't nothing around. Don't stop.
Absolutely not. Go somewhere where it's well lit. I've done that in the past. You know, get pulled over. You know, I don't care if I was speeding or not. I'm going to put on my flashers, slow down, let them know. But I'm not stopping on the side of this dark highway where I can't see I'm stopping where there's some light so your camera can see you do bad to me.
Don't holler at me.
You are yelling at me.
Here, do me a favor.
Back up.
You're in my town now. You're going to back up when I tell you to back up. Do you understand me?
Don't start.
Back up. You need to chill out. You need to chill out. Just go over there.
Don't you tell me what to do. I was going to give you a warning.
Hey, do you know what jurisdiction you're in right now?
Yes, I know.
So back up.
It don't matter. I come into this jurisdiction with my lights on chasing her.
Yeah.
I have every right.
That does not look like a police vehicle.
I don't care what you think.
Understand me? Back up.
Let me tell you something, buddy.
606. Give me a deputy out here.
Yeah, get a deputy.
Get back. I'm not arguing with you.
I am conducting this stop.
Go over there.
Don't tell me what to do.
This is intense. Only the YT folks can get away with this. There's no way a black man, he's not even verifying anything. He just taking his word. You a cop. He said, die in a police car. He said, I don't care what you think. Don't care what you think. I'm the damn cops because I say I am. Now what? You ain't about to cross-reference anything. I got a badge and I got a light on top of my truck. Now what?
Shout out to who said in the chat. Ever since Mama passed away, now he ain't got nothing to do but serve and protect the community. I'll call his brother out. Yep. I will read his demons for filth. I say, listen here. I say, you lonely? Your wife passed away. You're alone in that house. The quietness is driving you crazy. You could only listen to them Johnny Cash albums for so long. I get it, man. Why don't you come down to the station in the morning? We have coffee and donuts. You ain't got to be lonely. But this ain't what you do, Mr. Albert. All right? Mr. Albert, you need to simmer down. Come down to the station in the morning. Have coffee and donuts with us before we start our shift. Give you something to do. But this ain't it.
Well, listen up. I'll say this. This here is light work. Like I say, he claims to actually be a cop. But on this one here, a lot of y'all been seeing this go viral. We got to talk about it.
You see how this one ends. So this guy notices these three kids, older high school, younger college age kids. They're soliciting for their mobile car detailing company. And he goes and confronts and pulls out a gun.
Sorry, that's crazy, you know.
Show me your business card.
Oh, we have them right there. So I don't believe this is to be necessary, but I don't appreciate how you came up to me like that. We could have handled it a little bit
How come you're all
different.
going door to door? Why you just pick a random houses?
Well, because there's some people without cars.
Some people with cars, like some people don't have cars, some people do have cars, and our specific service is cleaning cars, mobile detailing. We take it to them rather than having to go to a shop.
Okay, well, my car's right there. You walked right by me. Why didn't you stop and ask me?
Because we started on the end of the neighborhood.
Yeah.
This is wild as hell. So these kids, college age, I believe, high school, they got a mobile detailing, car detailing. They passing out flyers, professionally dressed. They got flyers and business cards. And this YT man just ran up on them, pulled his firearm out, and start demanding that they show him IDs, tell them why they in here, and some more stuff. And without even calling the cops, he got his firearm out and got them standing there. All right, so it's three, I think it was two black kids and a white kid. All right, and obviously he's threatened by these black kids, and yeah.
Remain calm, young men, as it appears they are doing. Remain calm. Bring out that phone. You got your video, audio witness. He wrong. He brandishing this weapon pretty much. He is holding y'all captive against y'all will. This easily goes in these young men's favor. Remain calm. Don't give them a reason to try to say you were aggressive. Don't give them no out. I promise you, remain calm, cool, collected. Protect yourself by recording it. Get the evidence. Yeah, get justice. But as Mr. X say, don't try to hold court on the concrete. Document it, make it home, get justice later.
And that's it. And this is a response to what we see with all the team takeovers and a lot of projection going on. You know, anytime I see kids anymore, you know, I get kind of cringy because I know what the world think of them. A lot of these kids nowadays just be minding their business, might be walking, you know, 3 or 4 of them in a group, just like we did when we were kids. But the way I know what the world sees when they're looking at these kids, men like him, and videos like this come to mind where it's like you automatically gonna assume they up to no good when they are not. And that's what I'm saying. Leave us the hell alone.
You know, I want to say, you know, they definitely done demonize young men with their natural locks and things. But even if you got a buzz cut, it still don't matter. So we ain't about to say that. Young men, continue to be yourself and just remaining calm and collected. That is the ultimate chess move in today's temperature, political temperature. Remain calm, collected, and educated. Shout out to my old defensive coordinator. He would often say, fear and anxiety is reserved for the unprepared. Same applies here. Remain prepared, as it appears they were, and get a desired outcome every time.
And there we go. And yeah, as far as I know, I don't think this guy has even been arrested for this. So yeah, maybe y'all can let us know in the chat, but he should be up under the jail. This dude is unhinged.
He said, why didn't you come to and get my car? Obviously, he's accusing y'all of casing out the neighborhood and stealing and lurking. That's where his mind is. And he's like, I was like, you want me? Hey, here's a card. You was next. You ain't got to pull your gun out, though. That's crazy. I can't even get to. Like, he's sitting there with a toolie this whole time. Let me say this. Easier said all of the information I'm giving, easier said than done. Because with that toolie sitting there in his hand, I'm a little my nerves too bad. I've been jumped on. I don't know. But I don't know. I'm hot.
And Project Leroy, these cowards always run up on black children with a blicky.
Cowards, no better word, Project Leroy. Cowards, no cojones.
Yeah! Boom, shakalaka! Door to door, why you just pick a random houses?
Cars, mobile detailing, we take it to them rather than having to go to a shop.
Okay, well, my car's right there. You walk right by me. Why didn't you stop and ask me?
Because we started on the end of the neighborhood, and we're coming around. We're just checking it out.
That's the only reason why I didn't go upstairs either, sir. I was actually just checking out
the window cleaning.
I was just checking out the garage.
I can tell you're checking out the homes. I want to know why.
Yes, sir. I understand. I understand why you'd be worried, but we don't have any bad intentions at all, sir. We just wanted to. We're just young kids. We're college kids trying to make money this summer.
I understand that.
Nothing on our record. If you want to look it up, you got our IDs.
I don't want to look it up.
All right, well,
I can tell you.
Can you please put that away?
If you want to fuck people,
we're not fucking with nobody.
You got the wrong fucking street.
We're not.
You got me?
Yeah, this is in or near Gulfport. Now, as somebody who supports stand your ground, by the way, I think
all this stuff is like Gulfport. They're like Tampa, Florida, and some of these places. Couple of these videos tonight. Even I think that other guy that was on the beach. A lot of these folks are honorary. They are retired in some of these places. Who knows where they come from? And they be racist as hell. And look at it. Like the dude said, I mean, you got the blicky out. Like, what are you doing?
Just remain calm, man. I see folks in the chat saying, always keep the toolie on you. I want to second that motion, but we see what happened to the young kid. They got pew-pewed in the back by an Asian store owner because they said he had a toolie on him. So I don't even know if that's, see what I'm saying? I'm looking at this as if these are my sons. You know what I mean? I'm not about to say we walk around. No, because he loves, you got a toolie, bang, bang, bang. And just lay all 3 kids down and get the freak away with, there was a toolie present. That's where we are today. Remain calm, cool, collected, stay knowledgeable, protect yourself. And We got to go back. Go ahead.
And I'll say, be aware of your surroundings.
Yes.
Don't let nobody get the draw on you. So if you see the beginning of the video, he came from a distance. So they seen him coming, walking up on you. Granted, you don't want to run and be suspicious, but I don't know if he got the blicky out at this moment, but somebody like I said, this is a lot. You can't just walk up on somebody like that. Like I said.
I don't stand there either. Like, walk away. Like these young men, I think they handled this perfectly. He said, we don't have any ill intentions, no bad. He said, we are college students. That is it. But with that, I'm walking. I'm not standing there and let you see it. No, I'm walking away. I'm not about to stand here and let you think you actually got some damn authority. That maybe that's my pride talking, but I'm not about to just stand there. Oh, yes, sir. Like I'm like, you see, I don't know. I'm gonna remain cool, but I ain't giving you no respect by standing here.
The hell with respect. They done gave him identification, all that. So the dude said, you got our IDs, you can check it. Like this dude he done deputized himself. I've been talking about this. He got his imaginary badge, like that last guy who said he was a cop. We don't know. They're buying badges off of Amazon. These people are just saying they are cops.
Man, oh man. Shout out to Project Leroy. Yeah. See what I mean? I wish I could have been one of his peers, pull up at that moment, make that old coward pee on himself right there. Or he just got to air it out. He'd probably just start pop, pop.
Man, like that's a real thing. Like you said, we all know how to move about in this world. We all, each one teach one, but like you said, when it comes to our children, I just hope all of them protected by the blood of Jesus.
Yeah.
Especially, talk about me and Mr. Walker in particular, because need not leave our kids the hell alone. This ain't gonna go well. So just don't do it.
Please, I beg of you. I beg you. I'm begging. Just leave it be. No need. Let what consequences let them stay there.
Trying to tell you. And shout out to Nais, been a member 4 months. Says black man doing this, all YT children shoot on site.
Yeah, on site. That's why I said I don't even know if it's safe for a young man like this to be walking around legally with a toolie, because they will any excuse to pew you, especially if you got one.
This one ends.
We don't have any bad intentions.
Nothing on our record. If you want to look it up, you got IDs.
I don't want to look it up.
All right, well,
I can tell you.
Can you please put that away?
If you want to fuck with people,
we're not fucking with nobody.
You got the wrong fucking street.
We're not.
You got me?
Yeah, this is in or near Gulfport. Now, as somebody who supports stand your ground, by the way, I think Florida gets it right. It's so crazy because this generation is typically the generation that says, oh, these damn kids, they're on TikTok all day. They're on Xbox. They don't do anything. These guys are trying to go and work and make money. And they get a 9 pulled on him.
Always ready to shoot. Yeah.
If I said he went for assault or aggravated assault because of the weapon, people are like, oh yeah, I get it. But no, everybody went home. Alekos, who sent me the video, him and his buddies, they own 2 clean whips. Car detailing. He said the cops gave him some crap for not having a permit to solicit, but everybody went home. I'm just saying, is this the precedent now? Like you see 3 people walking around soliciting, so you can go and approach them on property you don't own, pull out a gun, demand their IDs. Man.
I remember when I lost my mind.
Did y'all hear that? They say the cops showed up and the cops held the young men accountable for not having a permit to solicit their business. Said nothing to this man pulling out a firearm. He went home, didn't get reprimanded at all. So they made him more emboldened to feel he can do something like this again. Maybe next time he can even pull the trigger. All right. But the kids were reprimanded and the cops told them, y'all don't got a permit to even be out here soliciting y'all business.
Put the pressure on the university. They currently in college. Get the university to back them up. These your students, university. Yeah, y'all got a contract. There is a common interest. These your students. You do. There is some obligation there. Hey, yeah, I'm getting this on campus, and this is going to be a rotation. Everybody about to see this. There's no way an adult man can get away with brandishing. He probably even had his finger on the trigger, sitting there waving around. There's no way you get away with that's illegal. See what I'm saying? Like the cops are supposed to sit there and enforce the law. This white man broke the law by brandishing a weapon out in broad daylight. That's wild as heck. In hand. Is interrogating folks, taking identification like law enforcement.
Hell, interrogate, that got to be some form of kidnapping or something. Like, but no, the cops said no, go. But people say racism don't exist. You know, yada, 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 pull yourself up. They don't got different standards and all this different stuff. It's a lie from the pits of hell.
You know how to make folks halfway use their common sense, reverse the racist. How we did with the brother Carmelo. Yeah, now you got some big old black brother sitting there. You got 3 lily white college kids, and he's sitting there, black man with a toolie. What y'all doing here? Give me your identification. You don't be F around on this street. Oh my goodness. The uproar.
Hell, they would have called in SWAT teams, the damn National Guard, all that. He would have been held accountable.
They would have cleared that whole cul-de-sac. They're like, hey, man, yeah, everybody got to go. Yeah.
I don't think I can get around that.
Everybody starts at 0, and your attitude makes you go up or down.
Yes, sir.
It's real simple. I know it is. It's ready to fucking. It's always ready to shoot.
Yeah.
What the?
Hell, wild.
Everybody starts at 0, and your attitude makes you go up or down.
Yes, sir.
It's real simple.
It's real simple. He's the judge, jury, and executioner. And then his buddy standing there, the other white man said, relax. That thing is loaded. Put your finger too close to the trigger. You keep swinging it around and it's loaded. He said, I know it's always loaded and I'm ready to delete somebody. This is intense.
I don't know how to handle this. I can't be up here lying to y'all. Matter of fact, yes, I do. I'd have been creeping slowly closer and closer. I was going to end up taking him down. That's a fact. Call it pride, call it ego, but I can't lie to y'all up here. I know where I'm going. I'm starting to sweat. Man, oh man. He would have got the wildest Goldberg spear straight. Blah, I would have ran through him. That toolie would have went flying in the daggone air like a Sonic coin. Ain't you not holding me hostage? Again, call it pride, call it ego. I got to be able to look at myself in the mirror. It's always look. Oh, it'd have been so quick.
Everybody starts at 0, and your attitude makes you go up or down.
Yes, sir.
It's real simple. I know it is. It's ready to fucking. It's always ready to shoot.
Yeah. What the hell is this guy just turned into a motivational speaker?
Everybody starts at 0, and your attitude makes you go up or down.
That is a threat. You sit there with a firearm. Yeah. If I feel, because it's all he the jury, executioner, all that. If I feel like you're raising your voice, I might put a hot one in you. You might raise it up too far. This is intense. Like I said, be careful and don't have the kids out walking. Yeah, tell the kids now you got to give them rides and stuff. They can't do what we did back in the day, be walking around and stuff. Just, it's too risky.
I will be chaperoning. And once the Lord allows me to retire to some extent, we done talked about it. Yes, we got to bring back chaperoning. These kids want to go to the movies. All right, y'all go ahead. But me and somebody else, we right next door. We ain't at home. No, we can run over here. You see what I'm saying? I don't wish a mother sucker might not try to do nothing stupid, but that's where we got to get back to, like in the old days. We got to be on top of our kids, but we need to be close enough where they don't try to do nothing too freaky and they don't get in trouble dealing with cowards like this. Again, some adults walk up, now he got to change his ways. He either gonna tone it down, he either gonna go to 0 or we gonna crank it up to 10. That's on you, but I'd rather be present if it gets cranked up to 10.
So, man, in this moment, we're going to take this ninja and put him in the pit as well.
Yeah, we're going to give him a bungee cord too. A static one.
Madness. Fuck is you talking about? This is Sparta! You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to hide. You gotta count your blessings. You're sitting at the table. You hear me? Ooh, child, things will get brighter.
Yeah, man. I don't do well with threats. Never did. I don't know. I'm not saying it's smart, but I know me. I've been in a situation similar to that. Yeah, I'm constantly looking to get the upper hand in this situation. Because you sit here and interrogate me with this toolie. Like Mr. X said, you got to jump on me. And I'm hot and I'm really laser-like focused on getting an advantage one way or another, whatever it costs.
See what I'm saying? Yeah, I'll be willing to play the long con. Yeah, I know your face. I know where you live. You got it. At that point, now you got to live with the fact that I know who you are and where you live and all that good stuff. Yeah, and we just we'll figure it out from there.
And here's the thing, just to be clear, it's always controlling risk. So as Mr. X said, I'm looking for opening. I ain't going to force it. I ain't dumb. But like he said, now if we got to play the long con, there you go. I love that. Yeah, that's your address. Nice to know. What you mean, boy? Yeah, torture them. It's the same psychological damage whenever your mom say, you know what? When I get home from work, I'm giving you a whooping. They just sitting there waiting on it, waiting on the consequences.
That's it. So like you said, don't got to be immediate. They got the art of war, be strategic. All right, it could be 8 months from now. You be done catch that ninja while he on his way to church and you following him or something, allegedly. Don't know.
There you go. And as the good Old Testament Christians used to say back in the day, give it to the Lord. Give it to God. Yes, vengeance is the Lord's. Let it be.
Yeah! Boom, shakalaka!
In the meantime, all right, we are talking about Code Red. It's the FBA community in a state of emergency. MAGA madness, leave us alone. And the kids is in the school on this one.
Oh, boy.
Where's the sock?
I mean, what I'm about to do? You can take those off. You can take those off.
On the ship quick.
What? What's time to do something? You about to speak up, bro? Yo, put your bag down. Put your bag down. You scared? What up with it?
On the ship quick. On the ship quick. Where's Hassan? Where's Hassan?
I asked him. He gonna shut his fucking mouth. You wanna shut his mouth? You gonna help him out? 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 Don't yell at him. I already told him. Dude. I already told him what it was. Don't yell at him. I already told him what it was.
So as y'all see, kids get fed up after a constant racial slur and bullying. So I guess this kid that y'all see with the crutches, the kid with the crutches is bullying this black kid, calling him racial slurs. And here's another thing, when we send in our kids to these black communities, we talked about earlier with the young sister, we want our kids to go to better schooling, but now we're surrounding them around the oppressor's kids for the most part. And now your kids is in these white schools around these white kids dealing with racial slurs and bullying. And we just want them to get a better education, but our kids are trying to fit in, ain't nothing wrong with it, but we must understand who these kids are being taught by. It's unfortunate, but I just showed y'all the pyramid of how the generations break down. We ain't that far removed from the people that are teaching these kids and whatever the case.
Amen, Mr. X. And now that we can see these things and know better, we can do better and better equip our kids, those of us that's going to be sending them to these predominantly white schools where they can get a better education due to the better curriculum, We can know how to properly equip them with the mental tools, remain calm. But I want to say, number one, let them know they do have a support group. You know what I mean? Like, I know what it feels like, and a lot of y'all do too. Knows what it feels like to go into a school or a new venture, a new part of your life, and you know or feel like you don't have no support. And anything that happens, you got to handle by your lonesome. And as a young kid or young adult, you ain't got the knowledge how to handle these situations. These are babies we sending behind enemy lines, more or less. We got to let them know you got support. Don't ever be hesitant to let us know what's going on. Salute and shout out to Sister Ebony Dean. We got your back. Let us know. Don't let none of this stuff go, without being corrected.
That part. So, like I said, I'm gonna let this go, but this young brother here, he gonna make the ancestors proud. So they surrounding him, calling him everything but a child of God, but his parents taught him well.
Uh-oh.
On the ship, quick. What? It's time to do something? You about to stick up, brother? Yo, put your bag down. Put your bag down. You scared? Go with it. On the ship, quick. On the ship, quick. Where's Hassan? Where's Hassan? I asked him. He won't shut his fucking mouth. He won't shut his mouth. You gonna do something? You gonna help him out? 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 Don't yell at him. I already told him. Yeah. I already told him what it was. Don't yell at him. I already told him what it was. I already told him what it was. Nigga, what up? Yeah! Oh! What up? Bitch ass nigga. Yo. Hey, Isaac. Awesome. Catch it out. Already told us out. Watch out. Isaac, get up. You want some? Yo, Isaac. Fuck you. 3-on-1. Fuck you talking about. Oh my God.
So we'll read that in a minute, but shout out to this brother. He a smaller kid in stature. We got to get back to self-defense. That's what we've been talking about all last month. Free the brother Carmelo. We don't necessarily agree with him and his actions, but we damn sure don't agree with the time that he got. So for anybody that went over your head and missed it, that was our gripe with it. But we do believe in self-defense because these people are cowards for the most part. Granted, they got a couple UFC fighters and that type of stuff, but on the grand scale, just the average person you gonna go to school with or the person you work with, that ain't them. They are cowards. They got strength in numbers at best, but they ain't gonna bust a grape. As you seen, all he had to do was test one chin. That's it. Test one chin. And they all fall in order. They like, you know what? What did Red say on Friday after Debo uppercutted that ninja? You want some too? No. Just show them. They are cowards, I'm telling you.
Been there, done that, man. Listen here. I experienced this cowardice in high school, grade school, and college. It's sick. There's no exceptions. Anytime you have isolated, primarily black man in a white environment like this, they will try to pick and poke at him. He's not welcome at all. I have not seen it. However, on the flip side, anytime, in grade school, a white kid came in, they were always welcome. Swear. With love and compassion, wasn't no bullying. They fit right in. They got a cool nickname, and life went on. In college, the white kid come to the all-black party, the Bonquish and them dancing on him. He might get some black chicks that night. No harm, no danger. That's why we say this is cowardice. Anytime it's a group of them against us, they want to attack. When it's vice versa, we welcome them, maybe to a fault.
So here we go.
I already told him. Yeah. I already told him what it was. Don't yell at him. I already told him what it was.
And this is a smaller kid, as y'all can see. Everybody's taller than him. So he's the short kid, and it's this kid with the crutches. He's the one doing all the heckling, but they are trying to stand up. Obviously, he on crutches, so he can't fight, even though he got 2 tennis shoes on. So I don't know, maybe don't know, but he got crutches and he's afraid to fight. So these dudes trying to you need to chill out. And he say, you gonna stand up for him? Do you want to catch these hands that I'm about to put on him? And the dude, act like he wanted to. Put your hands up if you gonna,
I approve this protecting of himself. And that's the only reason why they're so emboldened, because he is smaller in stature. If he was standing there like some DeJuan Blair, they wouldn't be talking to him at all. But he had to show him something.
Tell me what it was. Nigga, what up? Yeah! Oh! What up? Bitch ass nigga. Yo. Hey, Isaac. Talk something. Already told us out. Watch out. Isaac, get up. You want some? Yo, Isaac. Fuck is you talking about? Oh my
God. Yeah. So this here says, this was at Troy Athens High School. Advocate for me. The way it's going to take more than that. Just me. So this must be his mom's, Sparkle Wilson. My son received 10 days. And then I asked my son why he didn't walk away. He said, I always walk away. That means my baby go through this all the time, she says. And at some point it gets to a point when you can't go to school and get an education and always got to be harassed.
Here we go. I went to some slightly similar, didn't get violent with my oldest son. And so here we go. Gotta document it. Cover your own butt. They messing with you. As long as they ain't physical, they talking mess, whatever, throwing stuff. Make sure you report it to the teacher. Make sure she documents it. And then we can move on from there. How this mom is saying, if your son has been being harassed and bullied for so long, now you got a leg to stand on when he defends himself. But as Black folks, we cannot afford, because of whatever reasons, to have no paper trail of the harassment. And now only thing folks know is your Black son went upside some white dude's head. That can't be. Always got to get that documentation up front. Say, look, like the mom, look, it's been going on. Why didn't y'all do nothing about it when he in school? Y'all are responsible.
Man. And she went on to say the young man and in the crutches name is Ali. And those guys, Isaac and Hassan, wasn't even supposed to be in his class, the gym class. So I guess they weren't in the same room. They just showed up. My son had gym that hour. They met him there, already recording, which was premeditated action. They knew what they have planned was going to try to jump him, but it didn't go as planned. So like you said, he was arguing with this guy with the crutches, and them other two dudes showed up. So they to do whatever they was going to try to do, and they was obviously too cowardly to do any damn thing besides get knocked out.
This all checks out. What? Come on, man. Physical confrontation. You a young man. You got that Y chromosome. You on crutches. You are in no room. You are in no shape to be trying to have physical combat. So that's how we know they was gonna jump him. He's like, hey, come on, y'all come in here and help me out. And he shut that ish down. Salute to the mom. Document these things, man.
And there you go. So this last part here says Troy Athens High School. This is from the mom, I believe. She says, allow students to use racial slurs. This is including even the Arabic students. The Arabic students are calling the Black students Kool-Aid monkeys and the N-word. The Arabics, she says, with no consequences. However, when my son became tired of the ongoing disrespect and harassment after repeatedly walking away, and 3 students tried to confront him and intimidate him, he defended himself. Now my child is being treated as if he's the problem. While the students, I mean, this goes back to earlier when, that guy pulled a pew out on them kids, and the cop show up and told them kids, y'all ain't got a permit. It's like, whoa, this dude out of pocket. So as we see, there's no consequences for their actions, which is making them more emboldened.
Gotta document it. Salute to the mom. She's saying, Her son got tired of the ongoing disrespect and harassment. That statement really needed to be followed up with. He done reported these incidents once, 2, 3 times over, at least once. Because you know what they're going to say. Well, you can't just retaliate. But when they got stuff documented, said, Miss Johnson, remember my son came to you on this date and you guys said that you was going to correct it. He's supposed to have a parent-teacher conference. Remember this day? And now you get here. Now you got a leg to stand on. Without the previous documentation of the young man reporting it, I ain't saying it's fair. I'm just telling you how this is going to go. They're going to say, all we saw you doing is hitting him. We don't know anything about harassment. Y'all didn't tell us. You took the law into your own hands.
And there you go. And he got 10 days suspension. And the mom says now her child is being treated as the problem, while the students who used the racial slurs and created the hostile environment are not being held accountable. Calling a black child out their name is racial harassment. This is why we need our own hate crime bill. But we'll talk, we're going to talk about that at a later date. And it says, that's racial harassment and assault, period. The boy Ali has been multiple situations with black kids, hawking spit in their faces, calling them all types of names, and only received a Saturday school suspension. Or Saturday school, never suspension, because his dad is the president of the PTO.
There we go. Some documentation. He been known to be a troublemaker. Shout out to these alleged new developments with Carmelo Anthony. Some of y'all done seen what I done saw. Got to have some document. Double standard. Again, I'm not saying it's cool. I'm not saying it's right or it's just. It's an observable reality. Once that black boy put hands and or foots on a little white boy, we got to have a paper trail justifying. Again, I'm not saying it irritates me, but you see the outcome and you see the powers against them. The kids, father. You see what I'm saying? The president of the PTA. You got things against you.
Man, we got some super chats.
Appreciate you, brother. Divine Photos. He says, I understand parents trying to move their kids out the hood for better opportunities, but at least put your kids in a school where you see your own kind. Double-edged sword, brother. I hear you, though.
So here we go. We're going to go from that. Now we about to get into the thick of it here on the back end of this show. All right. We're going to start here. This is one of the latest. This is actually like a breaking story right now. So we're going to talk about this. We've been talking about be careful who your kids with. Let's talk about Nolan Xavier Wells, this young black boy who's been hanging out with these white boys. And here we are.
Oh, boy.
That young black man in the middle, that's Nolan Xavier Wells, and he's missing. Last time that he was seen was with those 3 gentlemen on a 4th of July trip to Horn Island off the coast of Mississippi. Nolan Xavier Wells is 18 years old and is described as a promising student athlete from Ocean Springs, Mississippi. He is approximately 6'1" and weighs about 180 pounds. Family members and community activists have been posting consistently on social media trying to raise awareness about the fact that he is missing. His mother is desperate to find out information. Authorities have asked that anyone with information about Nolan's whereabouts contact the Jackson County Sheriff's Department at 228-769-3063 or call 911. They have also said it is not yet confirmed whether he is still on Horn Island. Leads from both the island area and the mainland are considered extremely important at this time. And why in the world anyone will let their black child go to Horn Island is beyond me. It's beyond me. It is secluded. It is a part of the Gulf Islands National Seashore, and you cannot get to this island in Mississippi without a private boat or a chartered water taxi. It has no cell phone reception. It's extremely secluded. If something would happen there, there's no way you would be able to get any information out to save yourself or that anyone there would save you. Why anyone would go there with, there's a lot about this that has really, I am praying for this young man's return.
So yeah, brother Nolan went out to this boat party. He's out there on that island, Horn Island. It's off the coast of Mississippi. And like the dude said, there's no cell phone reception or anything. and there was a bunch of YT people out there and dozens, of boats. They all had the boats. They on the island. It was a 4th of July America 250-year celebration. And he wound up there being the token black guy around these white folks and wound up missing.
Come on, man. Come on. Come on, man. We got to be smarter than that. Come on. Come on. Ain't that much trust. I don't trust nobody enough to go against my conscience and my gut. Been in these situations. I ain't going. Hey, well, we going hunting. I'm not coming with y'all. Oh, we're cool, man. I listen, I don't know. I've never been desperate for friendship. I don't trust you. Get out my face. I see y'all on campus. I see you where there's a lot of lights and cameras and other folks. I'm not coming hunting with you. I'm not getting on no boat, going across no body of water on some isolated island with you. For what? Ain't got nothing to do with being scared. I'm smart and I like my life and I don't want to hurt nobody and I don't want y'all trying to hurt me. They try to hunch on you, man. Got to be careful.
Oh, there we go. So a lot of folks saying this was sacrificial on the 250-year celebration of America. And young man, like I said, he's in college. He's a college athlete. I believe he plays college football. 19 years old, I believe. Young man, his whole life ahead of him. And they took that from him.
So he gone. I'd imagine they ain't gonna just find him healthy. See, rest in peace to the young. This is sick.
I'm praying for this young man's return, and I am praying for his family.
Nolan is missing, and he did not come back with his friends. Now, everything that I can find out about the island shows me and tells me that you can only reach this island by boat. So if he never left the island on a boat, that means that he's stranded somewhere on this island. And they're searching the island right now, including his parents, and they still have not found him. Guys, this case is going to take us down to Ocean Springs, Mississippi on July 4th of 2026. This is 18-year-old Nolan Xavier Wells, who is originally from Ocean Springs, Mississippi. Now, Nolan was a football standout at his high school, and he just finished his freshman year at Mississippi Community College. On 4th of July, Nolan got on a boat with a bunch of his friends and headed to Horn Island. Okay, Horn Island can only be accessed by boat. This is the friend group that he went with that day. Last seen, no shirt, gray sweats. They say that the friends cannot remember much, but that they do remember him walking off with a girl, and that was the last time that he was seen. The mother was able to get his phone from the friends. Now, I want to put you guys in the mind of this island, okay? So Horn Island is a barrier island sitting about 10 miles off of the Mississippi coast, out in the Gulf of Mexico. It's over 3,000 acres of completely undeveloped land.
Yeah. It's white folks' little treasure troll. They got a little island out there and they go out there and have a little fun. They claim it as theirs. It's like I said, it's undeveloped. It's just little beaches and whatever. And they take the boats, maybe a little fishing or something. But yeah, so he went out there with them and we got to be more careful.
Just ain't no way. I don't know. I guess if you grow up, in these predominantly white neighborhoods, and that's your only existence, and you don't know nothing about America's heinous history, maybe I don't see how this makes sense. I don't know, but maybe there is some benefit to being exposed to racism and hatred. You keep your radar up, because the way they all hugged up and stuff, it seemed like, maybe he didn't know his place amongst his white peers, but they showed him, and they need to stop calling. Obviously they were not his friends. He wound up deceased and they got his phone. Somebody need to go to jail forever.
And well, I would say first, this is not a one-off. Like, this is going on all across America. You go into any well-to-do community, you're going to see black kids like him. They don't know any different. He don't know anything about the other side. So his parents did a poor job of sheltering him and only exposing one side of things. And, you can be naive and be like, look, these are my brothers. But here we are, y'all. That's the parents. We got to do better.
Listen, young black men in these situations, it's good. It's okay to be cordial. It's okay to be cool. It's okay to even be friendly, but don't ever go against your own safety. Under no circumstance. It ain't enough folks around with that share your reflection or whatever the case may be, got the, the same outlook on life. They think your life is just as valuable as theirs. You got to stay frosty. Like islands and boats and parties with a lot of alcohol, you won't get treated the way they get treated when the law gets involved. Just, you got to know that.
That's it. And then these white guys, they told the police, we don't remember anything. And then they say, oh yeah, but we did see him walk off with a girl or something. Vaguely they remember, but they can't remember too much. Everybody was drinking, but they kind of remember him walking off with a girl somewhere.
That's a cover-all. They always say that. He left with a girl, so we mind our business. What girl? I don't know. Any further questions? Nope. Bye.
Roads, no bridges, no buildings, nothing. It's part of the national seashore, and the only way on or off the island is by boat. Now, on the 4th of July weekend, this island was packed. There were lots of people there celebrating the 4th of July. There were lots of boats, lots of people. So it wasn't just like it was just Nolan and his friends. Nolan was last seen around 3 p.m. Reports are saying he was last seen with a girl. He was wearing his blue swim trunks, no shirt. He's about 6'1", 180 pounds, and he was separated from his phone. So he has no way to call anybody, let anybody know where he is, if he's okay. His phone is back with his parents, as I stated earlier in the video. When they asked Nolan's friends don't know anything. They don't remember much. They don't know if he made it off the island. They don't know what happened after they saw him leave with the girl. Now, his mom is on that island searching desperately for her baby. I hope he's found alive and well and
which is janky as hell, because as they are saying, it's only one way onto the island, by boat or ferry or whatever. You ain't driving or walking or biking. You got to have something that floats. And he went onto the island with these guys, all right, on their boat. But like I said, these ain't your friends, so they end up leaving. They know there's no way he could have left because he ain't got a damn boat. So, but they left without him. They figure, hell, he left. He went with somebody. They got to call. Ain't no cell phone reception. I mean, it's a perfect setup.
Took the words out of my mouth. A perfect setup. I don't know where he was at. No phone reception. He went with a girl. What girl? I don't know. We all having a good time. We were over here. He was over there. Communication was lost. We're white. He's black. Any further questions, officer? No, I didn't think so. Perfect setup.
United with his family.
The search is on for a missing teen in Jackson County. 18-year-old Nolan Xavier Wells was last seen yesterday afternoon around 3 o'clock on Horn Island. Jackson County Sheriff's Office is currently searching for the missing teen with the help of DMR and the Coast Guard. The United Cajun Navy is also aiding in the search. Now, if you saw Wells yesterday at the island, give Jackson County deputies a call. They're telling us that your information could help narrow their search for this missing teen.
The kid Nolan that's missing here from Biloxi, Ocean Springs, Mississippi, it's a lot more sinister than you guys think. Allegedly. I'm saying that because what I'm seeing online is pretty crazy. Okay, let's start off with 17-year-old Nolan Wells is missing from Horn Island, Mississippi, right off the coast of Biloxi. There's photos and a video posted on the Horn Island group chat on Facebook. A girl named Vi Alice Ross posted that the white boys needed to be investigated because she went to school with them and it wasn't all that you guys think it is. Another girl, Caitlin, states that she was parked next to them until about 7:30 with no sign of Nolan to be found. But yet the report was he went missing earlier in the day, so why would they continue partying? It just doesn't make sense to me. And then this other commenter, Maggie, posted that there's too many white people to not notice that their one black friend is missing. Matthew Lamp posted that there was almost a fight that he had seen within that group of people on the Book of Faces. If you know where Nolan Wells is, or if you know what happened to him, or anything, if you have a boat and can maybe go down to Horn Island, between Horn and Ship Island, and see what's going on, maybe help search. I can't imagine what this mother is going through. Somebody knows what happened to her baby boy.
Yeah, this is wicked. Hell! So, I mean, Horn Island, y'all seen the scene, bunch of boats out there. They blasting country music. I want to say he may have been one of the, if not maybe a handful of black folks, literally. It may have been two, maybe, but hundreds of white folks doing their thing, and he felt the need to celebrate with them because he felt a brotherhood with them. But these are cautionary tales.
That's all. Cautionary tale. I'm big in honoring our fallen brothers and sisters like this. Don't make the same mistake. That's how you honor them. Ain't nothing wrong with knowing who you are and having boundaries. I'm not coming. No. If I cannot, especially young men, especially young women, a double standard. Like if it was a young woman, I say technical foul just from there. Like God dog. Like a young black sister, young black men, if you cannot control the situation, if you don't have a clear way to escape, see what I'm saying? This is just me. Then this needs to be most. You have no escape on this island. You ain't got no boat keys. You are at the mercy of folks that don't have your best interest at heart. Obviously, respect and rest in peace to the young brother. Got to have an escape route. Got to be able to control the situation. If you can't, avoid it.
There you go. And my biggest thing is, I done lost my train of thought there. I'm glad these super chats real quick.
Shout out to the sister Rachel. We appreciate you. She says 2018, Tamala Horsford, 40-year-old melanated sister, went to an all-white slumber party in Georgia and was the only one deleted. The white women treated her badly overnight. None arrested to this day.
And there you go. That's what I was going to hit on. My biggest thing is, obviously, we're not talking in absolutes. There's plenty of good white folks out there. And like I say, nothing wrong with being good friends with them. But never misunderstand. You can be great friends with a person, a white, you and a white guy, whatever the case. Then once y'all go in front of the multitude like they did, like he could have been cool with one of these guys, but now you taking them and now you going in front of hundreds of white guys, their peers. And little do you know, there's always a pecking order in their society. Understand that. So even if you are friends with that one person, everybody else, his thoughts ain't their thoughts. But then once he get around them, his thoughts quickly become their thoughts. He start thinking like them. You like, man, you thought this was your boy. He gonna show you his true colors. And they made movies and stuff about this. This is real. So be careful, like I said, keep it at arm's length. If y'all hanging out on campus or whatever, that's one thing. Now you want to take this off campus onto a boat, onto an island around these people. They don't feel the same way.
Mr. X, that was facts on facts. Yes. Y'all cool when it's just y'all, but he ain't about to go against his group for you. He ain't even gonna defend you that much. You'll be out, read the signs. He out, his friends are saying stuff, and he kind of giggling and chuckling too. He ain't even trying to defend you at all. You see what I'm saying? He's like, oh, it's cool, man. They're cool. No, they ain't. Your gut won't lie to you. Sense dangers afoot. Don't ignore it.
There's a story about this. I'm gonna see if I can find it. Shout out to everybody who live in Detroit or in the Michigan area. There's something that happened in Michigan a couple years ago, and there was a black guy. I'm gonna see if we can find it. There's a dash cam video out there, and there's a black guy. He was working at a fencing company. Y'all know this story. The black guy was working at the fencing company with all white guys, and he was a little throwed off, and they used to always pick with him and, bully him. And one day he showed up to work with the pew-pew and started pew-pewing everybody. Deleted the owner, some couple other people in there, and he was best friends with one of the guys he worked with. But he was like, whenever we would go to work around these other white people, he would not act the same. He would start acting like them. He turned on me. But then we'd get off work, go home, play video games, hang out, whatever. But once we went to work, he say, no, they was at work bullying this guy. And like I said, he went into there and deleted the owner and somebody else, and he snapped.
We put that on display in the Patreon, Mr. X. Yeah, that's a Patreon.
Did we ever show? I was wondering if we ever showed.
Yeah, that's a Patreon video.
Oh,
yeah.
No, I was about to say, man, did we ever show that?
Yes, we did. Because I'm saying envisioning. Heck yeah. So just there you go. we ain't saying do that, but listen here. These situations this ain't a one-off. There's many stories. It's unfortunate, and we got to educate ourselves so that we don't freaking fall victim. My goodness, it is what it is, and it's observable reality. It ain't hatred. It ain't being scared. We got to acknowledge what's going on, and this is a thing. One token black young man or woman amongst a group of white folks, I don't advise that, because harm can happen to you and there will be no justice. If you reverse the racist, it ain't even a freaking thought. So it ain't even a conversation to be had.
So there you go. Make sure y'all join in the Patreon today. As y'all can see, we've been having these conversations. So we've been talking about this type of stuff, and this young man could have avoided this if he, was rocking with, obviously, rest in peace to the brother. But man, like I said, cautionary tale. That's why we all got to each one teach one. Make sure we sharing this content. Make sure we talking to friends and family about some of this stuff.
This could save a young man's life very easily, sooner than later. I agree. Share the content, man. This is for our own good.
Man.
We appreciate your brother Divine Photos always coming through. He says it's hard to trust people. I used to tell some high school students, you're going to lose a lot of friends, but if you have one good friend, that's what matters. I know that's right, daggone right. It's about quality, not quantity.
Yeah! Boom, shakalaka!
Appreciate your sister Rachel. Says gas spitting facts. Amen.
Appreciate your sister.
I pray that they get justice. And once again, it's a kid from Ocean Springs High School.
What's up, everybody? All right, you guys. So 18-year-old Nolan Xavier Wells is missing after a 4th of July trip to Horn Island. So Horn Island is a barrier island off the coast of Mississippi. So we don't have a lot of information in Nolan's case, but we do know he was on a boat with his friends and he was last seen around 3 p.m. on the 4th of July. So reports are saying that he was last seen on the northwest end of the island. And in the pictures and videos that have now surfaced, you can see Nolan on the boat with his friends, and he has on blue swimming trunks. Now, y'all, this is extremely strange because that day the island was packed with people. This was the 4th of July. So it is very odd to me that nobody saw nothing. So Nolan is about 6'1", 180 pounds. He did play football for Ocean Springs High School before continuing his football career in college as a wide receiver. His family is completely devastated. They want to know what happened. They want to know where Nolan is. Naughty Cajun Navy is assisting in the search in the Gulf. But y'all, if you're anywhere in that area, if you're around that island, if you are on a boat, please be on the lookout for Nolan. And I will keep you guys updated as more information comes out in his case. Let's bring Nolan home safe.
Body was found this morning. I don't know if you guys have been following this case out of Mississippi. 18-year-old Nolan Wells went out on a boat celebrating 4th of July with friends. Never made it back. His friends made it back. There's been confusion about who last saw Nolan. 2 boys, Warren and Wyatt, said that Nolan was last seen with Katie. Katie's a girl he met that day. Katie says that her and Nolan went their separate ways. Jackson County Sheriff says that they recovered the body early this morning around the western tip of Horn Island, which is where Nolan was last seen.
Yeah! There you go. That was this morning, July 7th, 2026. They found his body on the island 2 days later. All right, he was there 4th of July, which was Saturday. He was there Saturday celebrating. They found his body Monday morning. And like this sister was saying, this brother was on this island, black guy, charisma. He a wide receiver. He got some swag, 6'1", taller brother, 6-pack. He probably, I'm sure, like I said, they say he went with some girl. It's probably something with a girl. Somebody on one of them boats might have been a girl or ex-girl. And, same thing with the Carmelo thing. They be mad when you start taking their women. So that's probably got something to do with it. Obviously, don't got nothing to do with why he should be deleted. Somebody need to be brought to justice.
Young black man, be aware of how you are viewed. Be aware of the unspoken competition between you and your non-melanated male counterpart. Just be aware, because it's a real thing. Jealousy is real. It seems like Brad can't stand his Becky dealing with you. like he can deal with his Becky dealing with his other white brother. It is what it is. It's some deep hatred there. You know, there's this whole stigma around man, the size of the manhood. That stuff might be hitting home with them. We on the other side of that stereotype. We don't know what that feel like. Just got to be careful. And like we said, no hate, but there's no hate coming from us, but acknowledge the hate that's most likely gonna come from them in these situations.
And as y'all see here, update, like said, 18-year-old Nolan body has been found on Horn Island, deceased. Just days ago, his family and friends and teammates and thousands of strangers were praying for a miracle. Yeah. But today, those prayers turned into heartbreak. You know, young Nolan, this woman says, my heart is with his mother and every person who loved him. Yeah, rest in peace to the brother, man.
They're going to cut. I don't see nobody getting prosecuted. It's too easy to cover this up. Come on now, where the detractors at? Let me hear how this was supposed to happen, because there's some wicked folks out there that just got pure hatred in their heart. I can see them brothers getting him too drunk. You know, they gonna blame it on something. Oh, he passed away from alcohol poisoning. He fell into the water. Nobody was around, and he just drowned it in a shallow pool. It's gonna be something diabolical. Again, this is a big, strong wide receiver, but they still gonna make it seem like he tripped and fell to his deletion somehow. I swear to goodness.
Identity and possibly preliminary cause of death. Any other details, I'll keep you guys posted.
Breaking news, a body has been found on Horn Island in Mississippi, and they think that it might be Nolan Wells. Over the weekend, Nolan Wells went missing, and he is a college football player, played at Southwest Community College, went to Ocean Springs High School, but sadly, he went missing. And according to authorities, they have found a body. They haven't ID'd him yet. They're going to have to wait for that to be with the parents and to make sure that it's actually him, but finding a body on Horn Island after the kid went missing, it seems to be him. Now, the source that I talked to says that the Current may have brought his body back in. Again, that is not confirmed, and I would wait for an official source to tell you the truth, because there is a lot of speculation about what happened with Nolan Wells, his friends, the boat, all those types of things, although I'm just not going to get into that. But I will say that the community was rallying around him. Even his high school coach took his boat out to go help search for him. Jake Bramlett, really good guy, and he was trying to look for him as well. But breaking news, as it feels like that they may have found Nolan Wells' body, although we do have to wait for confirmation. They have found a body, and we will get those details pretty soon. But do me a favor and pray for that family and everybody around there.
Yeah. So here we are. Like you said, this is fresh off the presses. So obviously we're going to be keeping our eye on this over the next couple weeks or so to see if there's any arrests made. But yeah, this just happened this morning as far as them finding his body. So
yeah, this guy talking about the coaches out there on their boats looking as they should be. Should nobody have slept? This island ain't that big. I don't care what nobody say, black or white. It shouldn't have took 2 days to find this kid on an isolated island. What the hell are we really talking about? Oh, the coach is good. And the way I think about it, whenever a young man or child passes away, everybody's a freaking suspect. I done said that. Rest in peace to the young 1-year-old boy that got deleted in the Walmart parking lot. Everybody's a freaking suspect when babies get hurt. Don't care what nobody say.
Man.
Appreciate your sister Rachel. Says in 2022, Rockland Township, PA, Peter Spencer, melanated man went hunting with a white man, got deleted. And the white man co-worker said it was self-defense. Ain't no way. I'm not going hunting with you. No.
Yeah, it's over. Like I said, been asked a couple times, but respectfully declined. Yeah, always use my common sense.
Same here. I can't count. Yeah, they want to go hunting. It'd be cool. My buddy got some land. He got 50 acres up in West Virginia. Man, no. Shout out to B. Wyatt. Says it's highly possible that everyone on that island was in on it. Highly possible. We reaching towards the realm of probability. They infatuated with us. I can see this. They're like, you know what? We got one on this island. You got it when you have enough influential rich white folks, they not about to incriminate them. Look at the X-Files. Do you see their reason for not releasing X-Files? Folks have said if we release them, it's going to topple our government. If you got enough rich, powerful folks, you can get away with anything. Appreciate you, B. Wyatt. Says, do y'all remember that story from a few years ago where the melanated woman mysteriously passed away at a sleepover? Yes, I think somebody mentioned it in the chat here. Yes.
Yep. So yeah, she was. I thought I had something here actually. Let me see once again. Let me see if I can find it.
Well, I don't know. Was that you, Rachel? I seen somebody put it in the message, and no, yeah, she did. It was a super chat, and the girl still ain't been arrested yet. I think that's the same story. But yeah, sleepovers, out at these events. I don't know. Maybe I'm supposed to be a helicopter parent. I seen somebody say something about air tags. Got to be able to get in contact and get to your babies. And once they out the house, that's just my thoughts.
Yeah, so here we go. I'll pull this up real quick.
Let's get into it. The Jackson County Sheriff Department put out this. Right. You mean to tell me that that photo is the last seen photo? Now, where have I seen this before? Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. This is the same situation. And it's really starting to piss me off.
So, yeah, this here, that's the image, at least, with her in the living room with, you know, all her friends, Becky and them. Like I said, I don't know the exact details of it all, but, you know, there's the imagery.
They got that poor girl. They got her. She wasn't fitting in. She wasn't submitting to whatever heinous rules they had. And they got her up out the paint. Rest in peace to that young woman. Still no arrest? How is there no arrest? They just like, oh, okay. All y'all lily white girls said it was nothing. I guess we just got a free boy, a free body.
Yeah, so like I said in the chat, like I said, don't know exactly what happened. I'm sure y'all can let us know, but apparently it's along the same lines of, like you said, thinking these are your brothers and sisters. Don't try to disconnect from your people. That's the net of it. Like, always understand where your roots are.
Yeah, like I don't know what y'all see, but I agree. That bottom picture, that looked like a scene out of Scream. Like, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know how you feel safe. They tricked you. I don't know. I'm sensing wickedness, and obviously wickedness took place. Rest in peace to that post sister. Appreciate your sister Rachel. She said, yes, that was me. Here we go. Here's the image of it.
So here we go. Yeah, we appreciate you, Sister Rachel. And so nonetheless, like I said, rest in peace to the young brother. We're going to keep our eye on the story. Hopefully, you know, somebody get brought and tried and locked up for that.
Yeah, man. We can't keep losing the life of our precious kids. Especially the kids, man. There's still some innocence there. Like I said, everybody got to be a suspect. Friends, parents, school, everybody, god dang it. What's going on? Why have we lost the life of a young adult or a child?
So here we go. All right, we getting back into it. We talking about leave us the hell alone. You know, code red is the FBA in the state of emergency. We're going over here. All right, this brother that crashed the BET Awards. And y'all see what his sign says. So he went down there and it says Jake Lang, this cracker protest. This one of the people T-Money pardoned from the January 6th. He's one of them guys. And he was locked up for a couple years and T-Money let him out. And he's been raising a muck ever since. And he was outside the BET Awards protesting with the ankle monitor on because he's he on house arrest. He on house arrest out here antagonizing people. This is why we need a hate crime bill. Like, you can't do this to nobody else.
Talk about emboldened, as you said earlier, Mr. X. You was locked up for what, like the insurrection deal. Then you got pardoned and most likely got cut a hefty check. So got paid too. Emboldened to the moon.
Hey, maybe I should go to police for Look at this.
Yeah. So as y'all know, the BET Awards, which are in Los Angeles, you know, you downtown premium real estate, and the cops never step in because he got the right to do this according to them, his freedom of speech. This is how you get people like Chud the Biatch. They F around and find out.
But if it was your black ass, just know you'll be charged with disturbing the peace. Yeah, just know that. They get away with this madness. Come on, class. How do you counter this? Ignore them to the best of your ability. Ignore them. Make them do something. Make them touch you so you can touch them back. That's what they do to us. They sit there and burr, 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 burr. And then we get in our feelings and we touch them. And then they get justified in doing whatever the heck they want to us. Got to flip it, remain calm, make them really lash out so they can get the stomping out. I mean, the correction that they need. They ain't got nothing better else to do.
Yeah, they trying to get that sign off of them. Here's the thing. Most of these people out here, there's not too many FBAs out here. Most of these people are, you know, the racists that's with him. You got a bunch of LGBT, a bunch of tethers, a bunch of white liberals, and all of that. Ain't too many ninjas, but, you know, they on the front lines, I guess.
And as you say, they group us all together. This ain't necessarily a good thing. Hence the term tether. Folks that share our complexion, but they're not moving our culture forward, and they don't understand or recognize our struggle and got too much criticism for something they don't understand. And this is just goes along with it. Don't be out here chasing and trying to assault them because they throw this on all of us, and this may not be none of us.
So that part. And
money, 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 money.
Shout out to our freedom fight sister. We appreciate your sister Ebony coming through with the 10 ball. She says, I'm proud of you brothers for standing on business. Excellent content and talking points tonight. Salute, truth over lies. We appreciate your sister.
Shout out to Sister Ebony.
Straight like that, straight like that, straight like that, straight.
Here we go.
Ooh.
see Jake Lang trying to get himself unalived at the BET Awards this weekend. Watch this.
Fix your community. Can't control your emotions. Black people can't control themselves. Control yourself. Control yourself.
He want to be Charlie Kirk so motherfucking bad.
I mean, seriously.
Hell!
Like Mr. Walker said, we do want to control ourselves, but no. I mean, this is intense. Like I said, we ain't a monolith. We cannot tell everybody how to act. So you gonna F around and find out. You run up on the right ones. We keep telling y'all. So you can't sit out here antagonizing this and that, saying wild stuff, got your signs, and then say, y'all too emotional or whatever the case. You might run across the wrong one. Why are you out here messing with folks?
I understand the emotion. I get it, as we all should. We got to recognize the torture that we have been put through. That's why we emotional, man. This land has had their foot on our back since we got here. Yeah, there's emotion tied to it. They didn't attacked us physically, spiritually, emotionally. There's emotions attached to these attacks. However, I truly believe our generation, it is our duty and responsibility to bear the burden of accountability. These things may not be our fault, but it is our responsibility to learn and know how to handle these situations to get a desired outcome. What's the desired outcome? Number one, getting them to leave us alone. If we don't give them nothing to chase, i.e. our emotions, they will get tired and they will start to become more drastic, like Chud the Chode, into where he gonna get physical and get himself hurt. We gotta put them in positions where their evil engulfs them. We gotta let them get triggered, not us getting triggered.
He want to be Charlie Kirk so motherfucking bad, and I ain't even trying to be funny. He think that if one of us take his bitch ass out, that he's gonna get the same praise from the right like Charlie Kirk did. That's what they want. Like, why is these motherfuckers so obsessed with us? This motherfucker really went out of his way to make signs, to spend money, to make signs, to go to the BET Awards and tell us that we ain't shit. This motherfucker is literally protesting black people for being black and minding our black ass business. But his reality check is gonna come sooner or later. He either gonna end up like Charlie or he gonna end up like Chud the Builder. And I wish my people would just ignore these motherfuckers. And I say that knowing I would not be able to ignore this motherfucker. If I was there, I definitely would have put that cone upside his motherfucking head too. But I'm just saying, I wish we could drown these motherfuckers out and just ignore their ass. But I understand. It's hard to do when the motherfucker is right there in your face, spewing all this hate. It's hard to just ignore that shit. But fuck all these racist motherfuckers that feel so emboldened to spread so much fucking hatred towards black people just because Dookie Booty's in office. They gonna get theirs.
They
happy.
And this goes back to what I'm saying. The majority of us don't give a damn. If you look at this crowd, there are very little black people, especially FBA black people, that are antagonizing or pissed off, whatever. These are just others. Rainbow Coalition out here, don't know. But then they, perpetuate this on us, like, y'all need to control y'all emotions. You need to see exactly who these people are.
There you go. Listen, I've been told them, take that ish to Crenshaw. Yeah, take this energy to Watts somewhere. There you go. You want to show me you big and bad? Take this in the middle of the hood where the ninjas do the most good. Yeah, without their flipping pigeons. Go ahead. Then I'll believe you tough. Until then, you want to be out here where all of the daggone cameras are. It can see you and keep you safe. You get no clout. You get no cred. You got to go into the war zone if you want to be a warrior, white man. They love this attention. It made their day.
Everybody down back. Yep. Let's go. Oh, go right.
They throwing cones at him. They throwing piss bottles on him. All right, he got to eat all that. He just walking through viscera. All right, I couldn't listen. Where the diabolical people at? I don't see nobody throwing like reaching to their backside and grabbing something. Ugh. Yeah, where y'all at? Somebody most diabolical.
There you go. Yeah, chemical warfare. Make them stop. Yeah, a mother sucker gonna think twice. He out there, but last time I went out there protesting, being a demon, they threw warm water on me and hurled insults. I'll do it again. But if he's sitting there like last time I was out there, man, it took a while to get that stank off me from all that duty and urine. I don't. No, I'm not doing that again. Absolutely not. I likes that, Mr. X. They call you nasty, get nasty.
Here we go. And listen, shout out to brother Wayne it with the $5 in the cash app. He says the young brother out there on the boat, he was set up, plain and straight. History repeating.
Yes, sir. Unfortunate. Rest in peace to the young brother. I agree.
That part. And as far as this ninja, we're going to put him in the pit right now.
Another static rope. Go ahead.
Madness.
Fuck is you talking about?
This is Sparta!
You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to hide. You gotta count your blessings. You're sitting at the table. You hear me? Ooh, child, things will get brighter.
Shout out to my firefighter education. You got two kind of ropes. You got dynamic rope. That's that's gonna stretch. It's dynamic. So as you hit, you gonna come to the body, it's gonna stretch, give you some relief. Static rope, it's just gonna go wabaya. Yeah, your body gotta take that shock. You know what I mean? You get where I'm going with that. Nice static rope for you.
God. All of that. So here we go. If you're just coming in, make sure you hit the like button. We talking about Leave Us Alone. Now we about to get to, I believe, one of the most viral stories. We just have yet to talk about it. So here we are. We're going to get into this situation in this Walmart parking lot.
Okay.
Deadly confrontation in a Walmart parking lot. This is in North Lauderdale, Florida. Police say video tonight shows a man shot and killed by a woman over a parking spot. Here's Rhiannon Alley.
Tonight, this confrontation over a parking space turning deadly outside a Walmart in Florida, leaving 62-year-old Bart DeGuglielmo on the ground, dying of a gunshot wound.
Female shot someone outside in the parking lot. Both objects were fighting over a parking spot.
An eyewitness telling ABC News it all started 5 minutes earlier with the two drivers yelling at each other through open windows. The man then parked his car, partially blocking the spot, and walked into the store. The witness says the woman managed to slip into the spot anyway. He came out, moved his car, and walked off for a cigarette. The woman is seen getting out of her car, phone in one hand, gun in the other. The witness says a person in the white car tells her the man is waiting nearby. He's seen walking towards her as she points the gun at him. He then follows her around a car. The witness says the woman repeatedly warned him she'll shoot if he keeps coming at her. He appears to leave, but then returns and she opens fire. Police say the woman claims she acted in self-defense.
Leave us the hell alone. Listen, Bonquisha, one thing we know right now, this is going viral. All right, they was fighting over a damn parking spot. Folks are saying self-defense. We know Florida is a stand your ground state. So she does not have a duty to retreat. The man kept following her around the car and she felt threatened. She thought he was going to take the pew-pew off of her and use it on her. So he was chasing her around the car. This went on, and they argued over the spot. As y'all seen, he blocked it. So initially they were fighting, but he blocked the parking spot, right? And he thought, all right, I'm going to block. He was so unhinged, he blocked the spot and walked into the store. All right. But then, like they said, she was able to sneak in there, and then he come back out the store unhinged. And then he went and parked his car somewhere and walked over to her, or waited till she came out, or whatever happened. And yeah, I believe that's what happened. Waited till she came out and ran up on her. I don't know. But yeah, he ain't here no more. One time to the gut.
Listen, man. All right. My first impression, my fighting over his parking spot. This is some ignorant stuff. It's ignorant. Nevertheless, like, she stood her ground. It's a grown man. Let's throw common sense in here. Obviously, you wonky. You a grown man. And this sister let you know she won't with your wonkiness. She done pointed this toolie at you at least once, and you can't walk, and then you come back. Zero sympathy. If the racists were reversed, you will be getting the same freaking sentiment. This is a man versus a woman. Race in this ain't a factor in right now. It ain't. Long as the law don't make it one, god dang it. It's just this is a grown man versus a grown woman. You up here being a unhinged man. Listen, ain't no sympathy for you. You get what you get. She showed you she went with your mess. May rest in peace.
Stand your ground has evolved in Florida. You're entitled to use deadly force if you believe that you're defending yourself or your property from deadly force or a forcible felony.
David, tonight that woman is no longer in custody. The shooting is now under investigation, and prosecutors will decide whether charges will be filed. David?
Rhiannon Alley with us tonight. Rhiannon, thank you.
So we have a new incident that has taken place in North Lauderdale. That's Florida, for those who don't know. You have a lady, black lady, who was being harassed in a Walmart parking lot by a 62-year-old white man. In the video, you can see that the white man is approaching the lady. Now, it said that they had an altercation. The white man waited for her to come back outside the store and then approached her again, inciting an altercation that takes place from what you see in the video.
And there you go. Yeah! So he tried to block the parking spot, but then she still finessed in there. So he was so unhinged. Like she walked in the store. They were both in the store at the same time. He just didn't know. And then he come back out and seen that she was in the spot. So he went and parked his car and just sat there and stalked her and waited till she came out the store. And then when she did, he ran up on her.
She no longer in custody. Sounds about right. Look at this dude antagonizing, looking for trouble, being ignorant. Like, you a grown. The responsibility on a man, if you ask me, is heavier than a woman's. You a grown freaking man. This woman got a toolie point at you. Go home. It's done. The ignorant moment is done. She beat you. You try to use your car to block her spot. She got a toolie. She about to block your life. Go home. No excuse for this. You done conjured up a demon you could not control. Here we go.
The lady shoots the white man and he dies. This is new to racists and because of what just happened with the Carmelo Anthony case. So, judging by what you see alone right now, what say you? Catch you in the next one.
I find it so interesting that about that shooting that happened, that self-defense shooting, that they tell the story of the man who got killed and label him the victim and tell the story how he served in the military and he was reunited with his daughter. And
yeah. So this is Ricky Smiley, I believe, but nonetheless, yeah, they are painting. So we'll see what the prosecutors are going to do. They are still, they can still file charges. We'll see. They let her go for now, but now they're starting to paint the sympathy story. Oh, he was a military vet. He was a deadbeat father that just reunited with his grown-ass daughter. If you don't get out my face, Ninja was a deadbeat, respectfully. All right. So, his daughter come on the news crying. Oh, we just reunited. My dad was a good guy. And clearly not. He was unhinged and drunk, apparently. I mean, what are we talking about?
We didn't have this same energy with Carmelo. We talked about this. We had this discussion in depth. Whenever a white man or white woman ends up getting deleted or end up in trouble, they look back at their past, look at all the good stuff, and they bring all that good stuff to the forefront in their defense. But Carmelo, they couldn't use none of it. The fact that he saved lives, was a straight A student, was never in trouble, was an outstanding citizen, made God proud, and wound up in this. No, we ain't gonna talk about his past. We're not gonna make him seem human. The world must see him as a dangerous beast that we want him to be. But here, like you said, this dude is a grown, unhinged man fighting over parking spots. He got what he wanted.
Calling the black lady that had to defend herself, like making it seem like through their wording that she was the aggressor or something like that. They said she stayed and she called the police and this, that, and the other. But just telling his story, making it seem like he's the damn victim, when they're not talking about that she shot him because he was being aggressive and he was walking up on her. And that just blows my mind. This racist left-wing media, right-wing, left-wing, even the liberal media is racist, because you're trying to position or whatever, and just in case it's go to court, you're dealing with potential jurors that's out there listening to these stories and just talking about the history of the man being reunited with his daughter. They had just been together for 2 years or whatever, and then labeling the man who was walking up on the woman as the victim. And she told him to get back. She told him to walk away. The man followed her. She went around a car to get away from him. No, haven't been charged because they can't charge her with anything. It was self-defense. Now, if it was the other way around or whatever, when it came to the Trayvon Martin case or whatever, all of a sudden they want to move the goalposts when the same law that they wrote applied to them.
And there you go. So they like, man, she really about to be able to stand your ground? Yeah, it's the law. She has no duty to retreat if she feels that she's in threat of her life, her property, or whatever the case. And like you said, they chopped and screwed this video up. So nobody has the original video of how long it is. They just keep showing little snippets, and she on this side of the car, then they walking around the car, and but no, this was going on for a minute. Like, he trailing her, and he, like Mr. Walker said, if I could get close enough, I'm a Goldberg spear this BI. And y'all seen the one video. There's a video out there where a sister pulled a pew-pew on the dude, but it wasn't this. It was, I don't know what it was over, and the white dude got it off of her, and he started, I think he might have, hit her with it a couple times. She was laying there asleep, and he took the clip out and disengaged it. Like, why you pull this out on me? So he was trying to get close enough to do whatever he was trying to do.
Yes, that's exactly what it was. His ego was hurt. Don't listen. If you ain't never looked down the barrel of a Thule, for one, good for you, don't. But yeah, it incites rage, because you don't value my life. What in the world? So this white man dealing with this sister, I know she was calling him everything but a child of God. I ain't mad at her. Salute to the sister. And so he couldn't go home and rest. He couldn't go home, tell his story. I was in the parking lot, John, and I seen this bee, and I cut this black bee, and I cut her off. I didn't let her park. You know what she did, John? She pulled that toolie out, pointing at my head. I just had to come home. He won't tell that story. He had to be able to tell a story like Mr. X said. Yeah, she pulled it out, and I just played it cool, John. I crept up on her, and as soon as her defense was down, I speared her, and I went upside her head with it. I got it right here. This is what she pulled on me. That's the story he wanted to tell, but instead, he conjured up a demon he couldn't control, and now he been sent, at best, to the upper room.
So there you go. And like you say, it wasn't premeditated. Like I said, she was ambushed coming out of the store. And let me tell you, she was not trying to delete him. I think she was trying to hit him in the leg maybe. And obviously she holding it with one hand. I guess she on the phone with 911 or whoever she talking to. And she fired it with one hand. So, I'm thinking she trying him in the leg to stop him, and it caught him in the stomach. And yeah, it just was a fatal wound.
There you go. And you know what? I can hear folks saying now, why didn't she just get in her car and leave? It don't seem like she really could. He all up in her personal space. And even if she could, I wouldn't advise that. What if he follows you? And now he got your address. You a woman. If you ask me, as tragic as this situation turned out to be, to no fault but his own, this was best case scenario. He could have followed this sister home, done something bad to her. This could have been reversed now.
Is racist together. Because I don't understand how can you see him as the victim and keep labeling him the victim as if he was pursued and shot. Because that was not the case. You know what I'm saying? She was victimized. The fact that even if she get off and don't get prosecuted, her life is forever changed also. She had to shoot him because she probably felt like he was going to kill her. So what was she supposed to do? What was she supposed to do? And it ain't just about being over a parking spot. The fact that he could have went and parked somewhere else as well. And he could have walked away.
Yeah. And like he said earlier, there's no way she can be prosecuted. There's already been a precedent set with the whole George Zimmerman stuff. We know for a fact that George Zimmerman stalked Trayvon Martin, stalked him and ambushed him. That's just a fact. And he went into court. Obviously, Trayvon can't tell his story. And George Zimmerman go in there and say, well, no, he actually ambushed me. All right, which wasn't the case. The 911 call tells it wasn't the case when he said, I'm following the kid. And they said, stop following him. And then you got out of the car and ambushed him and got beat up and said, oh, I stood my ground. I was in fear for my life. That's why I pew-pewed him. So here we are.
And I also believe in the case of stand your ground. This is a grown adult man served in the military. He's strong. It's a strong, able-bodied man. A strong, able-bodied man can easily overpower a woman. That we know this is a real physical double standard. Women are physically the weaker sex. This grown man get a hold of her, enraged, drunk. He could have took her life with his bare hands. The same can be said for a woman. As real men, we acknowledge this difference. Again, he should have got out her face, left her alone. Looked like he blocking her from getting in her car. She ain't got no choice but to be on the phone with the law and trying to protect herself. She did both. Kudos to the sisters. Prayers to her. Hopefully she gets, the counseling that she need. Shout out to Ricky Smiley with his wonky self, Lil Daryl. She got to live with this too. You know what I mean? So yes, prayers for this sister.
I feel bad for both families, because nobody family wants to know that their loved one is dead, and then the black the sister, her family, you know, you don't know if that lady's receiving life threats or what, or whatever. I'm sure she is. The way the media is positioning the story as if the woman was the aggressor. And all you have to do is look at the video. That's crazy to me. Keep everybody lifted up in prayer, man. That's terrible, man. This media is something else. Peace.
Parking lot at 7900 West McNabb Road. Take a look at this dash cam video. That's the woman with the gun on the left, getting out of her car, holding a phone in her left hand and a gun in her right. A witness tells 7 News that moments before this, she'd gotten into an argument over that space with the man we see in that cell phone video. In fact, the witness says the man parked his white SUV like this, blocking the space, but minutes later he moved. She then...
So there you go. Even the people in this car next to her, that van, I guess they told her, like, hey, so they were the people to warn her, like, hey, this man, and that he parked, and he over there parked in his car, like said, who knows what he's yelling, like, yeah, I'm gonna pull off, I'm gonna follow you home, or what. And maybe she got out the car, like, what are you doing still out here? You know, and that's when he got out and ran up on her.
Salute to this sister for protecting herself, utilizing her God-given constitutional rights. Yeah, these white man's rights. Stand your ground. I like it. Justice. This grown man should have went about his day. Foolish on his part. Absolutely foolish. If this was a woman, a woman that was being, you know, the aggressor, how this man was, maybe I feel a little bit different, to be honest, but I don't. It's a grown man. He was stupid in his actions. Played a very stupid game and got the stupidest prize you can get.
Points the gun, and for at least...
So this is the new Ooga Booga term of self-defense. Well, technically they're not wrong on this one, because you cannot block someone from leaving an area by using your vehicle to deter. You're not a police officer. When he exited his vehicle, he showed the intent. And when he went and approached her, he showed more intent. So this one is more than definitely self-defense. Reasons why Carmelo Anthony can't be self-defense Ooga Boogas, because you can't bring weapons to a child's facility in an area that does not belong to them.
Why you want to, well, what you, let it go. Let it go. Yeah, the reason why Carmelo Anthony, no, the facts is coming out. Like I said, we're going to let it go. Y'all know where we stand. But why?
What the freak? Y'all need to relax. Black folks, our lives have no value to the others. That we just got to accept that and continue to move accordingly. Salute to this sister, Bonquisha, Gynocratic Chambers of Commerce. It's time for y'all to rise up and rally around this sister. I see y'all saying she free. That's good. Get the GoFundMe started. She gonna need legal representation. Let's see if we can find it. We're gonna post it in the Patreon. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to legal representation. Shout out to that company. I told y'all you can get insurance. I think it's USCA, something like that. You can get insurance for when you have to use your pew and protect yourself. For something like $25, $35 a month, you can get $1 million in legal coverage in case you wind in something like this. This sister hopefully she got it. But if not, let's go find that GoFundMe, man. Rally around this sister.
Man. Yeah, in this moment, we definitely gonna keep our eye on this case. All right, and we'll see what develops. See if she, get charged. Hopefully not, but we'll see.
Hey, we need some sponsorships. I'm about to call these folks. Well, the USCA, I will push that. I believe in insurances. Yes, for those out there, even if you are 100% right, if you are in your house and an 8-foot tall gargoyle kicking your door and you delete him with a slingshot, you're going to have to defend yourself in court. It just is what it is. Make sure you got the appropriate paperwork so that it's not a financial burden. I'm going to find that card, but I'm going to see if I can get sponsorship first. If I start pushing it. Appreciate your sister, Nice. Says her shirt has a picture with angel wings on it. Leave her alone. Yeah.
Yeah, I seen that. So here we are. Nonetheless, all right, we got one last stop before we get out of here tonight. As we know, over the weekend was the 250-year celebration.
We need flag. Flag. To the front. That's about it. We're good.
So we got a mass white supremacist march on the Capitol during 4th of July, America celebrating 250 years. Yeah.
I've been seeing this. The only reason why these Viking colonizers can even do this because of the passed down generational wealth. They can afford to have free time. I'm saying that to say, I believe if we had as much free time, we can go out and march in mass too. Show our numbers, show our camaraderie. And get on my nerves. I wish we were more positioned to show that we are unified too. That's all they doing. They punks and cowards, but they are showing that they are unified. But this is a luxury. These are grown men. They got jobs and most likely families, but they can afford to do this where the majority of us, we can't. We got bills to pay. We got other obligations. This is at the top of their damn list.
Free flag, America!
The flags are upside down.
Trump's trash ass did a speech yesterday with white supremacist soldiers in the background because Trump is a white supremacist. This piece of shit in this circle right here, that's Thomas Ryan Rizzo. He's the leader of the white supremacist group called Patriot Front. Do y'all see anything similar with this leader of this white supremacy group and the white men standing behind Trump? They look exactly the same because they are the same. Those white men standing behind Trump are supposed to be a reenactment of white supremacist soldiers from 1898 called the Rough Riders. The white supremacist group Patriot Front are trying to be the new 2026 Rough Riders. White supremacist ex-president Theodore Roosevelt, who was a Republican by the way, put this white supremacist soldier group together. Theodore Roosevelt's racist ass called the black race the backwards race and the white race the forward race, because Theodore Roosevelt was a white supremacist. Roosevelt wanted the white race to be the most superior, just like Trump and his administration. Theodore Roosevelt excluded black soldiers from being in the Rough Riders, even though later Roosevelt's white supremacist ass would end up begging the Buffalo Soldiers, who were all black soldiers, to save the Rough Riders in the American-Spanish War. Hey Google, who saved the Rough Riders when they were getting their ass kicked in the American-Spanish War?
The Buffalo Soldiers, who were African-American soldiers, saved the Rough Riders when they were pinned down during the Spanish-American War.
But after...
Talk about it. Talk about what blacks done for America. Build it, save. We done fought in every war. A lot of folks don't understand that. And that's something that needs to be respected. We done fought in every war and been treated like second-class citizens damn near most of the time. Like you go back to World War I and they were putting in, trying to put in like codes and laws. They were trying to shield, like when Black Americans was in the army back World War I, early 1900s, 1915, wherever it was. And they were telling these countries like France and all these other countries, you cannot treat them special. But they had a hard time getting that across to them because they were treating them like the rest of the American soldiers. And they said, you can't do that because when they come back to America, they're going to be like, whoa, we got treated differently. And they're going to, obviously it's going to cause issues. And that went on during both world wars where they were trying to tell allied countries, make sure y'all are treating the black soldiers differently than the whites because that's what we do in America. Don't, just because they got the uniform on, don't treat them equally.
Facts. And it didn't go over well. A lot of times the foreign allies, they didn't follow suit and they would fight. A lot of times it would be black soldiers and foreign allies against the white American soldiers for a chance to drink at the same pub, to eat in the same mess hall. Freaking disgusting. My goodness. We have served so many purposes in all of these wars. In the Vietnam War, black soldiers single-handedly reserved the lives of hundreds of white soldiers. Want to know why? Many times whenever the Viet Cong would come across a dark black soldier, they would drop their weapons and bow down, thinking that their God had came back to earth. So real thing is documented. So when y'all continue to ask, what have we done? Mother sucker, what haven't we done?
American War.
But after the war, after black men saved the Rough Riders, white men would take all the credit. They've been using black folks to make themselves look good for over 400 years now. If Trump was really trying to be an American patriot, he'd have some black soldiers up there too. But Trump is literally playing in our faces. He's literally telling us what he means when he says, make America great again. Trump wants to go back to the times where white supremacy was the main focus in this country. This fool literally has white supremacy ideology right behind him for the whole world to see. This was purposely done because Trump wants to show how much he wants white supremacy to be the main focus in America again. Stay woke.
Dozens of white supremacists marched through Boston today. The group wore white masks and was seen boarding Orange Line trains at the Haymarket Station. Some carried police shields and flags with them. They are members of a group called the Patriot Front.
Heat stroke! Yeah, you do heat stroke! Oh, you been to the gym? How you sweat?
So this was them. They were down in DC riding the metro trains and whatnot and carrying on. MAGA. This is them. It cracks me up like we talk about all the time, the black MAGA. I don't know how a black man, I don't know where you think you fit in the MAGA movement. The futons, the Officer Tatums, and where do y'all think y'all fit in? And everybody else, there's plenty of y'all on the internet and in real life. We see y'all. But where do you think you fit in this agenda? We've been telling y'all all night, we showed the young boy, rest in peace, went out there on that boat. They will use you. They will use you as a pawn in their wicked ass game. But at some point, they will discard you. All right. They believe in a pure race, if you will. That's what they're trying to achieve. They don't have no agenda for you ninjas. I just want y'all to understand that.
If anything, they're going to sacrifice you to a mission of espionage. They're going to try to send you back over here as a splinter cell, and we're going to smell Zaddy's butter biscuits on you, and we're going to handle you appropriately. Hey, brother, come look at these flyers with your butter biscuit loving self. Oh, yeah, we ain't warning y'all no more. Enjoy the prize that come along with your coonery. Enjoy it. Enjoy it.
You need to sit, man? Don't mean to cramp you up here, sir. We ain't getting no AC.
And understand, these are cowards, but these are also your neighbors. These are also your coworkers. These are also people you may call friends. That's why they cover their faces up like cowards. All right. So understand that people say, oh, racism dead. They not going to America. No, it's covert. They can't do it in your face no more. They can't do it with a smile. That's why they so mad. All right. But they got to hide behind stuff like this. And like he said, it's different nowadays. It's more psychological, financial. They affect you in different ways, but this still exists.
They ain't coming out unless they know that they are outnumbering whatever opposition at least 10-1. Understand, this is organized. They had a whole checkoff sheet. They said, if we ain't got at least, whatever 1,000 men, we ain't going because we might get overtaken and beat up for our racist, hateful speech. So they say, yeah, we need all of y'all, everybody. Can't show our face, cowardly. The Black Panther Party have to rock like this, and they had targets on every inch of their body, no masks, and got to have hundreds of thousands of people standing on absolute business. Cowards, puny, fragile, little meat cowards.
I got it.
This is video of a white supremacist group seen marching around Washington, D.C. today on America's 250th anniversary. They have been seen at Union Station, in some Capitol Hill neighborhoods. This video was shot on Pennsylvania Avenue, and you can see them walking around wearing masks, chanting for the country to be reclaimed, some even carrying Confederate flags. Again, all of this happening on the morning of July 4th. Someone also shared this video with us of the group boarding the metro earlier today. MPD says it is aware of the group and is monitoring their demonstrations.
Fascist skull! Howdy again. How you fucks doing? You have some audacity to march around in my goddamn city twice in a year! Fucking skull! No peace for fascists, Thomas! No peace for fascists! Your org ain't going nowhere, Thomas! How many guys in 10 fucking years? A few hundred? In a...
Yeah. So that's him in the front. He the only one that don't got a mask on. The Thomas guy, the leader. He a little brother, a little sawed off. It's always a little sawed off ninja. You go back in time, you know, what was the one? Napoleon, you know, even the little mustache man. These are a little inferior. You know, most of them are bipolar drug addicts. I can't stress this enough. They are insane and they always hooked on something. And people, a lot of people are afraid of them, you know, and they are the most radical. So people say, hey, we gonna get behind him. He crazy as hell. So here we are.
Shout out to Easy. Look at this. That's good to know. They have a hard time keeping their numbers up. I would have just knew they had thousands, since they estimate their membership to be around 500 to 600. That's still a lot of heads. 600 people moving, and that's a small army. That take over a town easily. So they definitely got numbers. And if they bought it, but they ain't. Like we showed earlier, you knock the head guy out, you show that you got some cojones, you will see 500 of these white men spread like roaches. That's a fact. Yeah, once they see it, it'd be like, you give me 10 body brothers and a fair one, they don't stand a chance. They cowards. Big old, some of them just big buff cowards.
And well, we seen it tonight with the young boy in that school gym where all he did was hit one in the face. And they all scattered. So that's typically what you see.
That's how you do it. Cut the head off the snake.
Decade, the DSA grew from 6,000 to over 100,000.
First release cap. We're giving it off to MPD.
You fucks are a dying ideology. This shit is useless. Crawl back into your mother's basements where you belong, you degenerate scum. Get the fuck out of my city.
You're still a liberal.
Hey, I'm a leftist, buddy. And you're a conservative. Silence, conservative. Have you seen all the wins that socialists have been getting across the country? Socialist Muslim mayor in the biggest goddamn city in this country. We just got another socialist elected here, you fuck. We are going to the goddamn stars with our policy.
You see what I'm saying?
Hell!
Yeah, get out of here with that. I ain't know either side of y'all madness. And here's the thing. I think there are much more members than we ever going to see out in the streets. Like you said, that little 500. I think more people identify with this stuff than not. They're just sleeper cells and, you know, they're part of email chains and whatnot. And, you know, they own these lists. So they part of these websites or wherever this secret society, these dark communities. Yeah, a lot of folks just ain't going to be out in the streets just marching. But if Ish ever hit the fan, You know, they probably be suited and booted.
There you go, mistakes. No, a fool would say that you're lying. I think you're telling the truth. That's why I would say I assume they had about 1,000 out there, but you're right. The big dogs, the ones with the compounds and political pull and underground bunkers, they ain't out here. They serve a different purpose. You daggone right, mistakes. They out there. Y'all seen that daggone show Yellowstone type ish, just racist.
And you fucks are just gonna wallow in the mud like you've been doing for the past fucking decade. Has it been fun, Thomas?
Okay, so this is what happened at the rally down there. So as y'all know, July 4th, the weather was horrible and it was thunderstorms. So I guess they had let a bunch of people in, like a couple 100,000, but then they had to cancel the event for a few hours and kicked everybody out. And then once they decided to open back up, they said, we ain't letting everybody back in. And then we got to research everybody. They said it was an absolute nightmare. Like, and we're going to talk about it more here in a minute, but that was the problem. So a bunch of people over 100,000 people didn't get let back in, I guess, what they saying. You know, they say, look, it's over.
Awesome. Good. Happy to hear. Happy to hear these hateful racists was having a bad time.
It was hot. It was 100 degrees. People was out there passing out, you know, fainting. It was a nightmare.
God works in mysterious ways unbeknownst to us. Yeah, let him go and pass out. Enjoy your hatred. Enjoy your freedom to be hateful and pass out. See you never.
Every one of you broke your
I'm not really familiar with his background. He is Indian, though. I don't think Indians should be in charge of any of the departments of government of the United States. So there you go. Because he's a foreign.
He's not a foreigner. He's born in America.
Yeah, but he's Indian. Plenty of people are born in America.
What about your ancestors?
They're American.
Yeah.
Yes.
Born
correct.
in America.
Yes.
But where'd they come from originally?
See, actually, just being born in America doesn't make you American.
Wow. That interview was filmed by journalist Richie McGinnis, who walked up to these guys last year and just let them talk. And the man you just heard is Thomas Russo, the leader of Patriot Front, on camera with his face showing, explaining that the sitting FBI director can't possibly be American because his parents are Indian. But then he says his own family, who also came from overseas, somehow counts because they're European. That's the entire ideology of these idiots. And it fell apart the second a guy holding a phone asked one simple follow-up question. Now, here's why this clip is going around again. Hundreds of these guys marched through Washington, D.C. in masks and matching khakis, carrying Confederate flags. Confederate flags on Independence Day in the nation's capital. And when Fox News host Laura Ingraham saw it, she posted, quote, "I call fake. Looks more like Antifa in costume." She's calling fake on a group the Southern Poverty Law Center has tracked for years, a group whose leader does on-camera interviews under his real name, a group a federal judge ordered to pay $2.7 million for attacking a man in Boston, and a group that had 31 members arrested in Idaho after they packed themselves into a U-Haul on the way to riot at a Pride event. That's the elaborate costume operation Laura thinks Antifa is running. But here's the thing. These guys don't need to be exposed because they'll happily tell you exactly who they are. You just watch them do it. The only people pretending are the ones on Fox News who can't admit these guys marched under their own banner. So subscribe or give me a follow if you agree that Laura Ingraham covering for these racist idiots makes her just as bad as they are, because you're my kind of people.
President Trump.
And there you go. And like he said, they had all kind of flags. So they sitting out there, American flags, Confederate. They are confused and conflicted, apparently. You know, they just flying anything.
They just raising heck because they got nothing else better to do. I'm starting to believe it's the hate keeps them warm. They cold-blooded reptiles, these hateful colonizers. The hate that they give keeps them warm. They don't care how it comes. It can be conflicting, long as it's hate.
On the way to riot at a pride event, covering for these racist idiots makes her just as bad as they are. Because
into himself. He celebration, but delivered a fiasco. And at the center of
covering for these people,
President Trump promised Americans greatest celebration, but delivered a fiasco.
Why his wife be pulling away from him like that? This man Trump got a whole mail order bride. I mean, look, she's just there for the bread.
Cuz she ain't gotta play with him. Listen here. This is white folk. This is an arrangement. Ain't no lovey-dovey kiss. Like, Ninja, make sure you keep the fancy couture dresses and hats coming. That'd be about it. And I might look at your weenie and I might just look at it. That's all you get. That's what he gets. She'll look at it and that'll get him excited. No touch, just a glance. She'll acknowledge his weenie. You got a penis.
And at the center of it all was the fact that he made it about himself. He turned the president's speech, which should have been a unifying moment celebrating America's 250th, into a partisan rant, mixing patriotic lines with warnings about a communist threat and pushing his SAVE Act. The heat humbled him too. Temperatures got so bad, Washington had to cancel its own Independence Day parade. Trump's state fair had to delay opening. Performers had to be scrapped, and workers scrambled to add water and cooling tents just to keep people from passing out.
It's a disaster to be out there. I mean, it is so hot outside. There's no, water anywhere.
It took me 4 water bottles with pinches of salt before I was out of the danger of, passing out from heat.
Only in Trump's America.
Exactly. So the funniest thing is when you see, these movies about, Jesus and stuff, and you see white folks in Africa and they just thriving. They can't even survive 2 hours out in 95-degree weather, let alone in Africa where it's 100 and something degrees every day. She like, look, I had all these water and salt. I'm trying to stay woke. They fainting.
I ain't gonna hold you. That was one of my guilty pleasures in college. Some of my white buddies would be talking about how they got sunburn. I was like, I can't get sunburn. They're like, why not? I'm like, funny you asked that. I used to love it. You got to educate folks. That's unfortunate. We don't get sunburn. All right. We harness the energy of the sun. Shout out to my old football comrades. They used to make fun of me. They used to say the hotter it was, the stronger I was. They said I would absorb the sun and act crazier. It might be true.
Passing out from heat.
Only in Trump's America, extremists showed up too. Hundreds of masked white nationalists from Patriot Front marched through Washington waving Confederate flags, one of the ugliest scenes of the entire day, and the storms hit. The entire National Mall had to evacuate and seek shelter. Every aircraft flyover that night got scrapped. When people came back, they had to get searched all over again. Trump's speech was delayed for hours. Even his big finish didn't land.
We have a great fireworks display tonight, and I'm going to be watching it with you. It's going to start very quickly.
By the time fireworks started, it was the next day. Critics pointed that the show itself had no real choreography, just a nonstop wall of explosions until the sky disappeared behind smoke. And by morning, Washington had to issue air quality warnings. Trump promised America's greatest celebration. What he delivered was a mess. Literally. Everything he touches.
Do you have any reservations about how much President Trump has kind of put himself at the center of the 250 celebration?
Absolutely not. I ain't got a problem with it. He's our president. I'm disgusted with these Democrat states that don't come up here.
He's the president of the United States. No, that's silly.
Do you have any reservations about how much he's made himself a centerpiece of the celebration?
Absolutely not. This guy's Mr. America. Look, he's patriotic. He's brought back prayer.
God.
He's brought back being proud of
Oh,
America. I salute that all day long. Biden never did it.
And there was a bipartisan coalition, America 250.
Hold on. If you look in the dictionary and it's a word. It's a boot licking coon. He said, can you show me this? Like, I need a visual. Here we go.
The United States. No, that's silly.
Do you have any reservations about how much he's made himself a centerpiece of the celebration?
Absolutely not. This guy is Mr. America.
There you go. Oh my God. Who is this? Wesley Hunt, Republican, Texas.
Wesley, brother Wesley. Stop letting them stir that cup on you. This brother in a sunken place. As a black man, you have a burden. We said it earlier. You cannot be enthusiastic about MAG or nothing. Seriously. Like, that's your burden. He said, absolutely not. This ninja, he wear them socks. He wear them high dress socks like they did back in the day where they wear them thigh suspenders. This ninja got them thigh suspenders to keep his socks up. Thigh suspender wearing a ninja. Like, he's absolutely, he took offense to the question. I'm offended that you'd even ask that. Not though I will not say anything to jeopardize my delicious butter biscuits.
Listen, this is the spirit of Steven from Django, all etc. I mean, they live on and they have kids, etc.
He's one of the ones, they call him a good one. You're one of the good ones. They be slapping their meat right off his head. Unfortunate for his existence.
Yeah, he can take that meat on his head all the way down this pit. Yeah, that was egregious.
Madness.
Fuck is you talking about?
This is Sparta!
You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to hide. You gotta count your blessings. You're sitting at the table. You hear me? Ooh, child, things will get brighter.
Stephen James, come get your man. Absolutely not. You can't afford it. Absolutely not. You know, we ain't on no blackity black train, you know, but there's rules. There is a line. You got to, what do you say? You got to stay on code. You know, say no comment. Seriously. Like, I never gave it too much thought. Bye. But to take offense, oh no, he's Mr. Didn't he go say he Mr. America? Shame on you, bootlicker.
Yeah, that was absolutely egregious. But nonetheless, we done made it through this show tonight, folks. We appreciate y'all kicking it with us. We've been talking about Code Red. Is FBA community, you know, in a state of emergency? Leave us alone. We done showed a lot that's going on. Just be wary when you out now. We done showed too many examples. Stay frosty, as we call it.
You know what? We've always been in a state of emergency, a constant state of emergency. That's part of the FBA experience. That's why we are so passionate about it. We've always been in this state. Now with social media and so much visibility, we now just have more opportunity to see these heinous things going on. Rest in peace to that brother that got deleted on that island. Rest in peace to all of the folks that got, you know, wrongfully deleted our brothers and sisters, man. We're going to continue to have these conversations, shining a light on these things, because if you ask me, I believe it pays to show the younger generation that somebody does care, because too many folks walk around like they don't care about nothing. Somebody's got to care about something.
That part. So shout out to all y'all coming through tonight. Everybody supporting the show. Brother Frederick Howard, Sister Nais, Devil Games, Brother Project Leroy, Sister Rachel, Sister Ebony Dean, Brother Ryan Page, Brother Petty Sama.
Yeah! Boom, shakalaka!
We appreciate the whole SBC Nation.
For sure. Big shout out to y'all Jazz Chickens coming through on these heavier Truth Over Live shows. We appreciate y'all coming through, supporting y'all interests as y'all always do. Hitting that super chat, hitting that Cash App. We appreciate y'all. Can't thank you enough. And you know what's going on tomorrow. We'll see you Jazz Chickens tomorrow. There you go. See
Thursday.
What's today? Monday? No, Tuesday?
Okay, Tuesday. I'm thinking today Wednesday or Tuesday.
Yeah,
okay, there you go, hell. I'm sitting here like Mr. Walker tripping.
No.
We will.
Y'all got us 4 days in a row. We'll be back tomorrow with more Single by Choice Madness. Miss X scared. Like, what was it yesterday? Oh, man, listen here. We breaking out the peaches, the bracas, the muchos, the grip babies. I'm still stuck on that. Never a dull moment with SBC Madness. We'll see y'all Jazz Chickens tomorrow.
There you go. Yeah, I was lost. I'm like, what's today? Hell, what's today? I'm sitting here like, what? I'm thinking it's Wednesday or Tuesday. It's Monday. Sometimes these days just be falling together. But what's today?
I gotta write it down right here. I write it down. Yeah, I don't know. I know because I wrote it down. Shoot, I done got the date wrong. Y'all done corrected me. I'll be like, today the 9th. They're like, well, it's the 7th. Well, my bad. Shit.
Nevertheless, okay. Yeah, I'm sitting here like, hold on, Mr. Walker, you tripping. But yeah, we will be here tomorrow nonetheless. SBC Madness, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard. Don't miss it.
Be there or be square. Shout out to the replay gang. But as y'all know, ain't no show like a live show. So we'll see y'all tomorrow. There you go. Jay Prince too. Oh, last night was a hoot. Shout out to replay gang. You don't want to miss it.
That part. So until tomorrow night, all right, I am Gavin X.
I am Mr. Walker.
And we are Cart Before the Horse Productions.
A good evening.
We're trying to get you old now. Viral online.
Truthful lies, say it loud, say it clear. Left the streets where you need you here. Quarters of vision, fit your focus, kiss. Break generational suffering. Truthful lies, say it loud, say it clear. Left the streets where you need you here. Quarters of vision, future focus, kings. Break generational suffering.
We don't profit off death. We don't clap for destruction. We here to build men.
Not Berry Boys.
Not Berry Boys.